Good morning, and we are live on the Archie Luxury channel. How are you peoples today? How you going? How's it going? Guys, we are live. That's right. That's what we're doing. We are live this morning, and it's actually in Hong Kong. It is Sunday, and it is 6:30 a.m. on a Sunday. That's right, guys. Archie is always here for the punters to make sure everything is going smoothly. Everything is smooth and it's going well. What can I say today? What can I say today? It has been a fantastic trip. We're coming to the end. That's right, guys. We are coming to the end. And this is unfortunately the way life goes. But some interesting stuff in Hong Kong. We've seen a lot. Guys, let's run the intro and let's start the show. So I'd like to get some hunters on our stream. Let's run the intro and let's start the show. I got to make some of that instant coffee in a minute. Hello, we've got the legendary Rolex. How are you, Rolex?
Hello, Arch. How you doing today?
Hey, man, I am fantastic. I'm really pleased to have you on the stream.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I wanted to pop on and talk a little bit.
Yeah,
That's okay
yeah.
with you.
I gotta tell you something, Rolex.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really. I wouldn't say jealous, but I'm really envious. You've got a four-piece that just works.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate it. Yeah,
understand?
I'm so I really am happy with my collection right now. I like Kelly. Who is this?
That's Snake, Mike the Snake.
Oh, Snake. Hello. Oh, hopefully he
Yeah.
comes on. Yes, yeah. I'm really Hey, Snake. How you
Hello,
doing?
Mikey. How are you? Why are you snaky? He's got the Archie merchandise. Look at that. Fantastic. How you been, Mikey?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta tell you, Lolex, I'm just saying to Lolex, I really think his collection just pops. He's got four pieces,
Mm-hmm.
simple four-piece. I mean that's quite a lot of money. I don't know what you think. I don't know, but I think your collection, that's you've got a Daytona in it, a modern,
Mm-hmm.
you got a ceramic Daytona steel,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a Batman. These are not cheap things.
Batman.
Do you see
No.
that or not?
Well, why would you ask? Of course, I spent the money. Those things. Those things hurt. Each one of them hurt, Arch. You know, I didn't even want to get the Daytona, but it's one of those things where when it comes in, you fucking buy it. You get it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That was an incredible pickup.
Yeah.
Did you how did you tell me how did you get that watch? You just said to them, "Hey, I want a Daytona."
Well, no, this is actually an interesting one. So, I told my sales associate that I was looking for a Daytona maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, like about 3 years ago, I told him I was looking for it, but I never really hounded him for it. I bought some other things like along the line, and then earlier this
You
year
bought
in
other stuff like
January,
a what? You bought like a what?
all my other watches I got through him. My Submariners, some of the OPs I got. I think I got a
Yeah,
Datejust. I don't have them anymore. But in January of this year, he calls me and he goes, you know, are you? I was looking for an Air King at the time. And he goes, yeah, I know you were looking for an Air King, but would you be interested in this? And he told me the watch. He showed me a photo, and I said, absolutely, I'll come pick it up. And I was in San Jose for a work trip, so I paid over the phone. I flew in the next day, went to my AD, I picked it up, And then I ended up finding out 2 months later that he left the store. That was one of his last sales that he made. So he was just kind of giving me a farewell with that watch.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah. He was leaving the store. Can you believe that? And I found out that he did that with a few other people as well too. So he let go of a few.
That's fucking cool.
He let go of a few Daytonas in the store before he left. How cool is that?
Have you spoken to him since then? Have you managed to reconnect?
No, I haven't. I can't find him.
LinkedIn?
He's nowhere online. He's not on LinkedIn. He's not on Facebook. I only had his store number. They gave him a company line, so I haven't spoken to him in like 9 months now.
Wow.
What's his name? John
Doe.
John Smith.
Yeah, Smith.
John Smith. Jonathan Smith.
Lolex,
hello, Assad. Hello, Assad.
How are you, Lolex? I'm one of your biggest fans.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But,
go on, Archie.
I gotta tell you this collection the guy's got. Can I say this to you, Rolex? I mean, I know I see big collections. We see people who've got all this stuff. You have fucking nailed it.
Archie, Lolex is the most intelligent person in the whole community. You know, he knew when the the Rolex watch will collapse. You know, you remember that he knew the exact time, you know, when the prices would crash, and he sold the Rolex Batman he had, whatever he had, on time, and he made good money on that.
I made really good money. Yeah, I got my Daytona for free, essentially.
This guy is a genius, Archie. We need to have some life, tips from him.
I was just talking to someone yesterday who sold a Vacheron 3-hand overseas with the blue dial. That's the one Mike the Snake loves.
That's a great watch.
Yeah, that's my.
But overpriced, though, I feel like. I mean, it's a fantastic piece in Vacheron Constantine. I mean, you're paying for the name. But, and again, I know I already said this to you, Mike. I would not give up 3 very great pieces for that watch.
Well, the problem is, if Mike had a huge collection, you could say, fair enough. But
yeah. If he had like 10 pieces, sure.
Hey, I'm just going to make some instant coffee. I'll just go and get that. You just keep plugging me, okay?
Archie, it looks like you're not having food. You have lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Archie's definitely lost weight in the face.
Black always makes you look skinner too.
Okay. I'll be right back. I have to make a quick phone call, but I'll be right back.
You're also making coffee?
Oh, Lolex going away.
No, I got a call from my mom, and I like.
Sorry. Take your time.
That happens to me all the fucking time.
Just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. How is your dog, Mike? Is he okay?
Oh yeah, no, Coda's doing fine. She's doing great.
This is the second Coda, right? The first one died. Why are you laughing, Mike? I don't know why are you so sadist? You laugh.
There's only been one Coda, and somehow she's transformed into a second dog.
Where is she? Apparently. Where is she now?
She's outside right now because she's.
Yeah. You kicked her out of the house now. The honeymoon
not all the
period
time,
is over.
She spends
the honeymoon
of the day
all the time. I've never seen her inside the room ever again. That was just for 2 weeks.
No. She spends a lot of time in the house. It's just that
it just is on the stream when the stream times is there. She's no more here.
She pretty much spends outside, because I can't keep my eye on her, and
there's a busy mathematics time here. Lots of calculation we do on the streams. You don't want to get disturbed.
That, and there's low hanging fruit for her to destroy, and it's fine if she's out and about and I'm out and about and around, then she knows, to kind of not be destructive. But if I'm not paying attention to her, then she'll want my attention, and she'll grab one of my boots or one of my shoes and just start. I'll hear some noise behind me, and
Archie, is life good? Is life good, Archie?
Hey, life is fantastic. Hey, I'm back there. Now, Lolex, where's he gone? Where's Lolex going?
He's making coffee. Mom. He's making coffee, Archie.
He's making.
No, he's taking a phone call from his mother, I think.
Now, Sad, I wanted to ask you, how many watches are you down to now? How many are you down to?
Archie, I have around 6, 7, 8, 9 watches, Archie.
So what do you? Let's go through them. You got 7 day dates.
I have 4 day dates.
Yep.
and I have one Daytona,
4 day
and
day, 1 day
four,
Daytona.
and I have 4 Datejust.
Wow, very cool.
Uh, but I'm not happy.
No, why not?
That is the problem. It's not enough, Mike.
Okay, I understand that completely, man.
It's not enough. I need more.
I I could definitely be very
Everybody needs
happy with
more.
more myself, but I'm also very happy with what I have now, and that's why it was such a heavy duty decision to stand pat when I was confronted with that deal for that Vacheron, because I worked so hard for to get the 3 watches that I have now. I way overpaid for 2 of them.
Archie, I
Um,
like the bald guy in this photograph.
Yes. So look at this here, the bald guy. This is Tan Zio
yeah,
coming from
Very
the
shiny
US
bald guy.
Open.
Yes, we'll talk about the bald guy, Archie. The
he's wearing
bald
a
guy.
Here's
prison.
He's
He's
Kojak.
wearing a prison
Kojak. You
outfit.
know
Yeah,
Kojak?
Kojak.
You know Kojak?
Yeah, Kojak. Totally. Remember that commercial he did before he died?
Don't smoke.
Yeah, don't smoke. By the time you hear
super
this
chat, Archie.
commercial,
Please super
I'll be
chats.
dead, and it's because I smoked. Don't smoke.
We got a super chat. Thank you so much, Saad, from Adam. Adam, £2. Is it true you sold the Mont Blanc, Mike?
Never had a
sorry
Mont
about
Blanc.
that.
No,
You got that?
the one that I gave you.
Oh no. I know that's right here. That's right here.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Just we were asking that. Don't touch it because I'll take it back from you. Don't touch. Yeah.
Okay.
Archie, do you still have
Here's
the 149, Archie? The 149 Mobla?
Yes, of course. I love that pen.
How much are you selling it for?
I didn't get any buyers for it. I actually you know, Saad, I actually took that pen with me. I took that pen with me.
And
Wow.
you're not selling it, right?
Well, I didn't have any. I offered it for sale, but he never came and bought it.
No, but what's the selling price in Australian dollars? Final.
I had it in. I can't even remember what I offered it for now.
Okay.
Maybe I just keep it. I don't know. Look, maybe
Okay.
it's just wasn't meant to happen. You know what I mean?
Okay. I got it. It's a nice pen, Archie.
Yeah, it writes really well. I love it. I love it. And
No skippings, Archie. No problems with this pen, right?
no problems at all. That's exactly right. And you're a Mont Blanc collector. You like Mont Blancs, don't you?
Yes, I'm looking for one.
Did you guys
I'm
know Jimmy Buffett died? Did you know that?
Oh, bummer.
I could have
You know
named
Jimmy
one
Buffett?
Jimmy Buffett. I could have named
Yeah.
one Jimmy Buffett song. Is he
Does-
Margaritaville?
He's
that
had
Jimmy
that
Buffett?
song Margaritaville.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Come Monday, I'll be right. And his fans were called parrot heads. What the hell is a parrot head?
What kind of music is Jimmy Buffett? That's like drinking music, right? Is that what that is?
Didn't he used to play on a TV show? He played kind of like country western pop, if you want to call it that, at the time, because it was
a lot
way
of his
back when.
fans wear tropical clothing and parrots on their heads.
Archie, that Mohammed Al Fayed also died. That billionaire, Harrods owner, ex-owner.
Yes. When did he sell Harrods?
That was in the that was once that Diana accident happened. He was no more interested in living in the UK or doing business in the UK. He was really upset
That
because
was
of his
Mohammed
son.
Al Fayed, the former
Yeah,
owner of
his
Department
son
Store.
Dodi Al Fayed died. So
Yes.
now Mohammed
He
Al
was
Fayed died
94.
94 exactly. So Archie, I was thinking about something. No amount of money can extend your life. He was a billionaire. That didn't help.
Yes.
It's true. It's always nice to have a little money in the bank, you know?
Yes.
Makes life a little easier.
Much easier,
Oh,
much
You
easier.
know?
he sold Harrods to the Qatari royal family in 2010 for 2.25 billion.
That was cheap, Archie.
It's a long time ago.
Okay, then it's okay.
Interesting. So, how's everyone's day going? Archie,
So,
how you doing?
Lolex, tell me, how did you predicted the market crash? Any tips, please? And what's the future?
Ooh,
What's the
ooh.
future?
I wish I had an answer, Sod, but I just got a good deal on it. The person was local. I didn't have to mail it or anything. So I said, screw it. I took the leap. And it ended up
What did you
going up a
sell?
little bit. The Batgirl, when I had it. Remember I had a Batgirl a while back? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I ended up selling that towards like the top end of the market. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because you know what it really was, Sod? I think even though the BLNR is a great watch, I always had faith that I can get another one. Does that
Okay.
make sense? I knew,
Yes, I understand.
you know, and I just was doing the cost of it. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get this amount of money plus all of my money back. I know I'm gonna get another one in the future. I'm just gonna roll the dice. So I just went for it. Now,
How did you
yeah,
predicted that? Because at the time when you had it, every single day the price was going up.
yeah, I was going up and up. Well, it ended up going up a little bit more, I think. You know,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I what did I buy? I remember I wanted to put it into something else. Oh yeah, I got the two-tone Submariner. For some reason, it was mostly because I was like, oh, I want some gold right now. Yeah,
Okay.
I just felt it in my bones, Sod, so I just went for it. I made the move.
What's next, Rolex? When it comes to Rolex, what's
Nothing,
next in line? Nothing.
nothing.
Okay.
I'm fully, I'm ready to retire now. Apparently, according to Archie,
You're done with watches.
I think I'm done for a while. I would say I'm at a point now where I kind of want to just start making memories with my pieces. You know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually switched today.
Speedy, I'm wearing mine today. Very nice.
Yeah,
I love that one.
I've been wearing my Rolexes, lately. Not around and out and about, but at least for the show. And everything I have is still real crisp and minty. But
Very nice.
I figured, this is the lowest echelon price wise watch I have, and I haven't worn it in a while, so I busted it out today. I'm going to a big show tonight. My friend is playing. He's a world class drummer, and he's playing in a band tonight. And
Very cool.
I used to be his roadie back in the day,
Wow.
and yeah, and so I haven't seen him play in 20 years because my ears and my lifestyle problems and stuff. Anyways, so it's a special night. It's a little ways away, a little drive, but no big
You gonna
deal.
take your bike? You gonna take your bike, Mike?
No, I'm gonna take my car because I don't like riding in the cold, So
Yeah.
by the time the show ends, it's gonna be midnight. It's gonna be 50 degrees, and yeah, I don't have enough. Backpack's not big enough to pack two layers of
Yeah.
clothes, and so taking the car.
Very cool.
But yeah, I'm excited. My
So,
friend,
Mike, after wearing Rolex for a week or two, then shifting to Omega, how does it feel? What's the difference?
the Omega is fucking awesome.
Hmm.
Uh, on my wrist, if I close my eyes, I don't really notice too much of a difference about it. It doesn't have a lot of adjustment like the Rolex does, and mine's adjusted just a little bit looser than my Rolexes. The way I wear my Rolexes, so it fits a little bit looser, but I love it. It's just when I look down on my wrist now, it's just I'm wearing a different watch. But it's just the good old men on the moon, and it's got an amazing buckle on it, and well, I'm even still pulling some of the old original plastic off of it. Look at that. It's still that new.
Yeah. My GMT has stickers on the case back still. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, no, I bought this. I bought this from the AD, and then they lost both their Tudor and their Omega dealership down in about halfway between me and San Francisco, and the store in my town that used to sell Rolex, they lost their AD ship 2 years ago. They just got yanked, and so I no longer have an AD. I have to go all the way to San Francisco, which sucks because I never go to San Francisco.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Hey, I got to tell you something. Realistically, guys, I think it might be time, Mike, for you to do a bit of trimming and add some diversity to your collection. Like, I get really excited with Rolex's collection, and the reason is because it's so well thought out. He's got a Speedy, Mike. You got a Speedy. He's got a Submariner, Mike. You got a Submariner.
Yes.
But it's the other two watches that make it pop. He's got a GMT. You've got a Deep Sea. So what you need to do, Mikey, I got to tell you honestly, you got to get rid of the double up and get a GMT for yourself.
I agree.
It's the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
You'd love a GMT, Mike.
I
think the set, and I think you'd love him. You know.
I think you're all right.
You don't have to get a GMT. You could get an Explorer. Get an Explorer, Mikey. What do you think of that idea?
What do you mean?
I'm not a huge Explorer fan. If I
Explorer
get a GMT,
yeah, it's a GMT.
Yeah, the Explorer's a GMT, right?
I think that'd be the way to go. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't. I mean, going from my James Cameron to an Explorer is like a downgrade. I don't want to do that. Just for the different function.
Because they're both unloved, Mike. They're both unloved.
Are you trying to sell them your Explorer, Arch?
I would. Hey, we got the Machine Gun. Chris is joining us. Hey, Machine Gun.
What's up, guys?
Hello, Machine Gun.
Hello.
What's up, Sod? Hey, Mike. Hey, Rolex.
Machine Gun, when you were working at Luxury Bazaar, did you ever tell a client, hey, it's time for you to consolidate, shrink your collection. Less will make you happier?
I mean, of course not. Sales was the main goal.
Did you see many clients who had big collections and fuck this, I hate the games, I'm just going to shrink it?
There were a lot, yes. And recently, like before I left, there were a lot that wanted to consolidate and do trade into like one or two bigger pieces as well.
I feel like a lot of people are doing that right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You think Mike should get rid of his stuff to get the overseas? What do you think?
I mean, I'm kind of biased because I have the same. I think me and Mike have a lot of same taste in watches, and the overseas is one of my girl watches. So I would definitely say I don't think you'll regret it, Mike. Like I feel like if you do it, at least consolidate into that piece and maybe get, which you said you have like G-Shocks and stuff like that, right?
Archie, will he lose
I've got
money in the longer term?
some other Seikos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really don't think you regret it, especially if you got one that was a complete kit with like the different straps. You can get the leather strap.
Yeah, no, that's the only way I would buy it is a complete set, and it'd have to be really crisp and really minty, or I would bother.
But the question is, Machine Gun, will he lose money in the longer term with the overseas?
Yes and no, depending on how you bought them. How did you buy them, Mike? Did you buy them gray market, or did you buy them at retail?
Well, I mean, if I were able to buy retail,
let's suppose gray market.
Everything I've bought has been gray market, just because. I don't have any relationships with any ADs, and I don't have the time. And when something might be available, it doesn't line up when I have the money for it. So it's like everything has to all align. The stars all have to align correctly. Yeah.
I mean,
here we go. Got one from Basil's Beazles, $10. Mike needs a Deep Sea for when he's diving into his Hungry Man TV dinner for one. It's an incredible diver.
Come on, guys.
I love my James Cameron, man. I do.
It's a great watch.
Maybe get
It
rid
is
of
a
the
great
sub.
watch.
Maybe get rid of the sub.
I could get rid of one or the other and probably feel just about as empty for getting rid of either one of them. I like them both, and they're
You
both
know, Archie
Rolexes,
always said,
and
"Don't
I
sell your
own them.
Rolex."
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. They're both Rolexes, and I own them. I'm not gonna get rid of either.
Would you get rid of the Amiga, maybe?
I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to save my money and get rid of the Speedy when the time comes to throw on top to finish off what I need to
Can
go
you
ahead
sell
and
some
get that.
antiques in the house? Antiques or anything like that?
Sure.
Yeah, sell those. Sell the
Yeah.
inheritance stuff.
No, it's not. It's not really inheritance stuff. It's just. But
Yeah,
yeah.
nobody knows it.
Now,
Mike,
have
just
you
sell
tried
them.
on the VC in person though, Mike?
What's that?
Have you been lucky enough to be able to try on the 4500 in person?
Yeah, when it first came out, like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I went to Tourneau in San Francisco, and I fell in love with it just straight out. And
I was gonna say, yeah.
yeah, no, and I mean I've been in love with it since day one. And back then it was, I think, 13,000, and I didn't have the money for that back then. That's back when subs were 4,500.
Yeah.
And so I bought my sub and a Sea Dweller, and I had a Panerai, and I just didn't have 13 to drop on a Vacheron, and so it just was something like, okay, down the road. But then down the road, it went all the way up to 60 at one point.
Yeah.
And it's falling back down.
You can
It's
do one
fallen.
thing, Mike. You can do
What?
one thing. You can just shift to a cheaper place. You will save a lot of money, and you can buy a Vacheron Costotade with that
Well,
money, as
Mike,
Archie
Mike.
said. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, well, can I ask, Mike, whatever happened to the root beer? Wasn't that something that you kept? We were talking about that a lot. Whatever happened to that?
I do
Yeah, what happened?
love Rolex's Ever Rose rose gold. It's more muted and not as like orangey, and for a while there, I did kind of have my heart set on getting a root beer
Super
from
chat.
the AD at retail. That was my goal, was from the AD at retail. And I did actually make a trip to the city, and I met with the AD and left her my information, and of course, never heard back from her.
Great super chat
You
from
should get a hold of
William
Mark's guy.
$2.
Mark.
Deep sea and cash for Pepsi, Mike. You have icons. What do you think
You'd
of
have
that?
the icon. True. A sub, Pepsi GMT.
Yeah, that would be a sweet trio. That would. But the James Cameron and the sub and the Speedy is a sweet trio as well, man. You can't really knock that.
But if it's your grail though, and you've actually been able to try it on in person, like a lot of people have grails and they don't try them on in person or not able to for whatever reason. But
well,
I feel
mean,
like
it's been
you
8 years. I don't think I would regret it. It's been 8 or 9 years, and I was able to wear it for 30 seconds. So I don't know, like how it's gonna feel today. I don't remember, whether it just melted into my wrist and felt so perfect, and I need to own it. I just, I love it. I love everything about it, the design wise.
Yeah, it's a stylish watch.
Yeah, very much so.
So maybe we should do a poll, Archie. Maybe we should do a poll and see whether people think that Mike should get rid of his pieces he has now and get a Vacheron, or hold on to him.
Well, we've already done that poll.
We have. Okay.
Yeah, we have also done the Coda poll, the dog poll, and it was not a good answer.
No, right now, my financial scene, I've got a new art piece that I'm working on, and I'm back making art, and I'm in a position where I'm going to be able to slowly put money away, and I think in due time I'll have enough saved up to be able to make a power move with maybe just one of my watches instead of all of them or two of them.
I think that will
Um,
be a better idea. First do some business, generate some revenue, and then look for watches.
yeah, well, that's the thing.
Watches are
I've
not
gotten
important,
things.
Mike.
I've bought
Look
things
at
in
Archie.
haste.
He has sold his watches for more important things.
Sure, I've done things in haste, and I'm older and wiser now, and I'm more apt to take a step back and just scan the area before I make a move, and especially on something as big as this. It's just, honestly, in my heart of hearts, as much as I really want that Vacheron, um, I own what I own. I own this. This is
Don't
mine.
give us
The
these gestures,
boxes
Mike.
and
This
the
is
receipts are
bad.
in my
You're
fucking.
Why are you giving bad gestures?
No, no, I was just going like this, showing my
No,
watch.
why this? Why like this?
Oh, I didn't go like this.
Oh my god. Well, like I'd love to see you with the root beer. To be honest with you, I think that would be a great addition.
Root beer
Super chat.
libations.
Placement
Before
for
the root beer, before I even wasted any time on the root beer, I just go straight for the Vacheron.
Okay, guys, we've got a super chat from our good friend Nato. Nato is a very, very big supporter. By the way, he's got a black GMT Master 2. That could be a good pickup for you, Mike. Nato,
Yeah, black
$3.
on black.
Mike, will you do if she calls and says the RB is here? That's the root beer. What will you do if
What will
the
I
AB
do?
calls?
Actually, that's already happened. With
Sorry?
in a different sense. The offer was made to me by a friend who got the call, and he said, "Look, I'll just flow. I'll buy it. If you want it, you can have it. I'll just no money on top." Retail, it's yours. But at that time, I'd already bought my motorcycle, and I just fucking didn't have the money.
Archie,
And
you have missed a super chat from Ciego.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I'll just get that. Oh, Soyego. Here we
Oh,
go.
wow.
Soyego, $2. Timbo was still talking about you, Rolex.
Oh, yeah, I heard that this morning or a little earlier today. Tim is obsessed. It is pretty crazy.
I mean, I don't know what you think, Rolex. You were on the other side for a while. I never really hated you or said anything vicious about you.
Let me ask you this. I'm actually glad someone okay, let me ask you this, Arch, and you tell me if I'm in the wrong here, right?
Yeah.
You know that I have had issues with people, sending stuff to my home and like calling me on the phone and stuff like that. You know that, I've told you.
It was inappropriate stuff sent to your
inappropriate.
home.
So, I told Tim, hey, listen, I don't want like you to say my name or information because I want this to stop.
And
I don't want my
Tim is always the first person to say doxing. You're doxing me. You're doxing me.
Exactly. So he
does the same thing.
So I know there was a trip to Napa recently, and Tim was apparently like on some stuff, and he told a group of people my first and last name that I never met. I didn't know these people. I knew one of them, but he told them my information, and that's the reason why I stopped talking to him. Tim thinks that's not a big deal, and apparently my personal information is in my business. That's essentially the whole reason I stopped going on there, and they don't think it's a big deal.
Well,
I don't know. You tell me. Am I crazy? Is my personal information not my business?
You're right. You're right, Rolex.
I gotta say something. I've always felt with yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's face it. You're not making any money out of this. This is purely for the hobby,
Exactly.
Right? I mean, you make absolutely nothing out of it, and all you want to do is just have some fun with the hobby. That's it. That's all you want in life. And these people, they take it so damn serious. That's what I can't understand. Why Do they take it so damn serious?
I don't know. There's clearly an obsession there, and like I do on some level think there's a jealousy level there coming out of Tim. But it is what it is, you know. Tim, you know, everybody knows the story on Tim. They know what he's about, and I think he came here and saw my stuff and was just like a little jealous. So
Archie
is what
super
it is.
chat from New
It's
York
unfortunate.
strikes back.
Yeah, that's right. I'll get off the issue, but I will just say, just unfortunate. That's what Tim is. That's who he is. No surprises.
Yeah, bringing up personal stuff that's just taking it a little too
Yeah,
below
Yeah,
the belt.
and then just kind of making light of it, like, oh, it's no big deal.
Exactly. And
When
his whole
it could be the biggest fucking deal ever to the other person.
Exactly. And like one of the things I didn't like, and I'll say this, Archie, you know that Australia video he did where he was showing like your house and things like that?
Yeah.
He's still giving that video out to the people in his community. If you're a member, people could still see that. And it's like, how fucking how off the reservation are you? Like Archie got anyways, I don't want to talk about him and stuff like that. He is who he is. He's not going to not be who he is. So it's better to just let him talk and do whatever he wants and just forget about him.
Yeah. I I'm not on bad terms with him, but I don't really talk with him very often at all, and I just stay over here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the super chat. New York NY strike back $2. Percentage of net worth in watches. 5%, 3%, 10%. I gotta tell you something. I'm really thinking it's not a number. It's how many watches you feel comfortable with. Like, does that mean somebody who's worth say you're worth $2 million, you've got to spend a certain figure? I think it depends what you feel comfortable with. Personally, I've actually started to see the light in having less. I like a compact. I think
Me too.
four or
Sorry.
five watches, half a dozen is the max. Okay.
Archie,
That's so
at
many.
one stage you could have more percentage, because at one stage watches were considered to be investments, so you could have higher percentage of net wealth in watches.
But
Yeah,
in
I
this
think
market,
myself, I would say myself, to be totally honest with you,
five.
I'd say, you know what? Maximum 5%.
5. Oh, we're talking percentages of net worth.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, so I'm saying, I'm saying you
Yeah.
want under. I think you should have under half a dozen watches, unless, nobody can tell another man what to do with his money. Okay, nobody
Yes,
can
yes,
say.
yes.
But
No, but you are an advisor. You have to say it.
I really think I can't see why you really look. Put it this way, okay? If you've got when money was 2%, the rules of engagement were different. Okay, but now that money's not cheap anymore, you got to say, well, if money's not cheap, you should really reduce your borrowings if you've got superfluous money. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I just paid my credit cards today. Jesus Christ. I got
Where
I
did
$10
that
bills.
go?
paid mine off a while back, and glad I did. But
Yeah.
I don't know anybody anything right now.
It's
I
so
feel
easy
like a lot of
to
people
blow
would
it
feel
out. It's
lucky
so
if they
easy
had
for
to
money
spend their
to
day.
go out.
Oh, big time. I just finished my moving today, and I didn't even realize how much money goes into like when you move into a new place. And I'm not talking like deposits and first and last, just like getting everything in here, from the plates and the shower curtains, like moving your couches and everything. Money is so cheap. It's crazy.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyways,
Well, like I gotta pay, workers to, do yard work and,
mhm.
um, just keep upkeep on my house and stuff like that. And man, it adds up. My garbage disposal died the other day. Luckily, I fixed that myself. But I still had a friend come and help me because it's kind of heavy, and
Mhm.
I'm not good on my knees. I've fucked up knees.
Member
So
super chat.
that
That's so
was
funny that you said that, Mikey. I know we have a super chat, but I was just gonna say real quick. I had someone move into my old place, so we had to replace the toilet, and I did it with my dad. I just didn't even like. I have such an appreciation now for like plumbers and tradesmen. I'm like, Jesus,
Oh
this
yeah.
is like so easy for some people, but if it was an all day event for me to put a new commode in. It's
Oh,
crazy.
I
I
can
mean,
pop
it's
a new
very difficult. I would have
toilet
fucked
in
up.
no time flat. I've done so
Yeah.
many of those.
Oh my! I wish you were here, Mikey. I was like, it was
If
all
it's your
day.
first one, if it's your
Yeah.
first time, it's a learning process. But once you've been through it, then it's just kind of what's going on, and
Yeah, I
it's
put it
kind
in
of the same.
backwards at first. But anyways.
Same thing with everything. Um, you know, like I've worked as a plumber, done pipe fitting and all that stuff. So,
Mhm.
I'm familiar with most installations of just about everything.
Really?
Yeah, electrical, carpentry, plumbing, all that stuff. So,
If you're technical in life and you can do things yourself, life becomes really easy. So
yeah,
Yeah.
you
it
save
really
a lot
comes
of
down
money.
to a decision as to whether I want to do it myself or whether I want to pay somebody to do it. Really.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes.
feels so great to like, when you put like new switches in or when you do like any home improvement and you actually get it done, it feels so good.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
sense of accomplishment.
totally.
Yeah.
No, I
Oh, we've got some
broke
super
out.
chats. Let's get this going. Mac Lovin, member for 6 months. Tim only sees half the story. Get it? Okie dokie.
Yeah,
Look,
we
I
don't
don't
see
think
eye to
that's
eye
funny. If
on the
someone has a sight problem. I
Yeah.
don't really like to
Well,
poke
here's the
fun
thing,
at
Art.
that.
You got respect. You got respect. You know not to say those types of things. He doesn't. So I think it's fair game.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't. He doesn't know where to draw the. He's just desperate for fame and success.
I can't say everything because I have had conversations with people from the other side, but this show is a big deal for a guy like Tim. That's all I can say.
Yeah, yeah. Malik Diamond, $50. $50. Wow, that's a big.
Nice.
A little
Yeah.
bit
you.
Wow.
slow today, Malik. Thank you so much. Archie, one of my good friends has one of my good friends only has two watches. A black Submariner ceramic. Yep. Daytona Oysterflex yellow gold champagne dial. Makes me even want to downsize. Good to see you on Rolex, Sard, and Mikey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I
Thank you
love to
so much,
hear
Malik.
this. I love
Yeah,
to hear this.
thank
Number
you.
one, for the thank you to see us, but number two, Archie, I don't know about you and the rest of the panel. When I see someone like this, a ceramic sub and then a Daytona Oysterflex, he just has those two watches. That's it.
Yeah.
That,
I
that's
love hearing that.
exactly.
Yes.
You know, I see these
Yeah.
guys like
Yes.
John Mayer or whoever does those talking watches and they have, 15, 20, 30 pieces. When I see that, I go, I know you don't wear all those watches. There's probably some
Mm.
watches in there that you've never even worn. You just bought it.
Yeah,
You put
they
it
are
away.
shopkeepers, man. They're traders. They are not
They're just, yeah,
enthusiasts.
they
Yeah.
don't love their watches. And I feel guilty because I don't even wear my Daytona that much. But
Mm.
like a guy like this, he just has two watches. He wears them. That's great. I love
Yeah,
this.
that's another thing I fear about the Vacheron. Like, I'm not that scared to wear my sub or my James Cameron or my Speedy, but if I did, lump all that together and everything I went through to get all three of those and got the Vacheron, then when I wore it, I'd probably have packing foam wrapped around my wrist.
Mikey,
I'd be
one thing
scared to
Archie
wear
say,
it.
Mikey, one thing Archie says about Rolex is the usability, the practicality of the watch.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
need
no,
to
that's
listen to
why.
Archie when you make decisions.
Well, I will get the Vacheron in time. No doubt about it. It's just I'm not willing right now to sacrifice the watches that I have. The Speedy's not really that much, and then the other two I own. I own them. They are in hand, and
Mm.
I'm not really willing to let go of them. I went through a lot to get them. I overpaid for them, and I'm if I'm gonna lose on or until maybe they increase in value over time, hopefully. But yeah, it's just better for me to hang on to what I got.
Archie, Malik Diamond has signed for membership for 29 months.
Ooh, that's big, Arch.
Thank you.
Come on
Malik
now.
Diamond. Member for 29 months. Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. I got to say something. Sometimes I've had I've gone out of Rolex to pay for some of my Patek obsessions. And although I love Patek and I think Patek is really special, I don't think you can really ever, I was in Hong Kong. It's raining. We've had a super typhoon here. Not once have I thought to myself, hey, I won't put my Submariner on. Oh no, put it on. It doesn't matter if it's raining or I get soaked. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
If I had a Patek, you'd have to be cautious, obviously, So that's the whole beauty of Rolex, is that that's the least of my problems. I can wear that and go out and do things, And I got to tell you, I think the Vacheron, you'd also be a bit cautious even though it's a sports Vacheron, you'd still be a bit cautious because it is
the movement isn't the movement isn't the same as a Rolex movement.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm wearing $35,000 on my wrist, all in one shot.
Yeah.
NY strikes back $2. Old Archie told me to hoard and possess. Changed. Look, you got to do what works for you. But in my case, I kind of enjoy having a smaller compact collection. That's why I got rid of those two pieces. Let me tell you this. The watch boxes, Rolex, they're useless because I don't ever want to have all my watches at home at the one time.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
And the problem was the Daytona and the Patek, they were in the safe. They were living in the safe because I really wasn't justified in wearing them. So I thought, fuck those off. And I got to be honest with you. I think the economy watches are not going to crash in price, but they're becoming they're no longer going to be an asset class like they have been. Like I really am happy we're going to stop using the term investment. That I don't think watches are an investment like cars are not an investment. You know what I mean, Rolex?
Yeah, of course. Yes. I mean, that's a lie. Certain pieces I think will always be an investment. Like I think Daytonas will always be safe. Most GMTs, like especially the Pepsi, will always be safe in my opinion.
Well, when you say it'll be safe, you're talking if you bought it at retail, if you've paid exorbitant prices.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you did gray market on those things, and you're up for volatility. That's you're going to be susceptible to that. But I think in general, watches, if you shouldn't be spending. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be putting your life savings in these things. That's just my opinion.
Super chat.
Stick it in the bank if anything.
Super chat. We got Doc BTW. I thought old Archie told me whores are the best. I thought old Archie told me whores are the best.
No one wants a virgin. He's saying nobody wants a virgin, Arch.
Collecting whores. Yeah.
How is it in Hongers? Did the weather clear up a little today?
Look, it's actually when I do the show. It's actually 6:30 a.m. I start the show.
Oh, nice! Getting up early. How was it yesterday?
Well, yeah, that's the same because I've got to see when I start the show. I like to. It's kind of It hasn't been too bad because it's only today's the only day I woke up and said, "Fuck, I want to keep sleeping," because prior days. It's normally my 8:30 in Australia. Does that make sense?
Get jet lag.
Jet lag.
Well, it's not really. It's only 2 hours.
Time shift.
But it's But I got to tell you, it's Hong Kong is a love. Hong Kong doesn't. The shops don't open till about 11 a.m. Okay. So it's pretty cool. Hong Kong, I've had a great time in. It's been nice to have a break. Okay.
Yeah.
And as
I'm
long
so
as I can,
happy. I'm so happy you got that chance, Arch. You needed it.
yeah, it's good to get out and have a look. Hong Kong's a lovely city. I do love Hong Kong. Hong Kong is really amazing city. So it's very good like that. So
Very cool.
yeah, exactly. But I got to tell you, the smaller the collection, you got to work this out yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And at 3, I don't really feel like I'm done collecting. Honestly, there's so many cool watches out there, but there's just so much cool shit in this world. It's like pick your poison, right?
Yes.
You can go hog wild in any given direction on anything. Photography, or whatever. You end up with a $15,000 camera, and collect cameras or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just I don't feel like I'm done, but I'm happy where I'm at. Honestly. So that's where I stand right now.
Yeah, I would say 4 to 5 is a good place to be personally. I'm excited to see what's going to happen to the market. I'm excited. I really want to get to the point, and this is coming from someone that has predominantly Rolex watches. I want to see it get to the point where you can go into a Rolex AD and pick out a watch out of the sales case. That's where
You know what?
I want to see that for people.
Can I say something to you? Okay. I want to say something to you. Okay.
Let me hear it, Arch.
Okay. Let me just say something to you. Now, Rolex will never be like that. Okay.
Okay. Give me your reason why.
Because Rolex. Okay. With Tudor. Rolex is doing experiments with Tudor.
Okay.
Tudor prices on the secondary market, Mike, have absolutely collapsed. Okay. That's the reality that we live in. Okay. They have absolutely collapsed. Okay. Now, the reason is because Tudor, what they do is they bring a new release out. The price is hot for a couple of months. And then about 4 months later, Tudor dumps stock in all the ADs. And then the prices collapse. Now, Rolex is they're not stupid. They're very aware. If they made more watches available, they're aware that prices and demand would fall. So what they very carefully, nothing is ever going to be available. Even if there are no buyers, it's still not available. They're going to keep this artificial pretense going. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I have to disagree, Arch. I think there's going to be a point where we're going to see Oyster Perpetuals, Datejusts in the case. I think those days are going to come back. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to go in and get a BLNR or a GMT in general from the case, but I think we're going to see more availability than we did within the past couple of years. They're not slowing down production, and there's only less people that are going to be able to buy. Student loan repayments, I think they're starting this month or next month. And what is the demographic of people that go and buy these stainless steel Rolexes, right? 22 to like 35-year-old guys in the US, at least, young kids that work in real estate and finance. They want to buy stainless steel Rolex. Well, these are the people that have crazy student debt. But that's just my opinion. That's just what I think.
I thought they were writing off crazy student debt.
Are they? Is that the case? Is it like getting forgiven?
Forgiven?
Yes, they in America they're doing a student loan forgiveness program for sure.
Well, that's
but
great.
Hang on a minute. Let's just back the truck up. There's that's not private. Look, I think the truth is, look, let me say this to you. I think myself with the Rolex, they've worked it out. If it's like this. If you could go to a Rolex dealer and buy a Submariner, right? A steel Submariner, they're no longer going to be wanted. So they very easily control supply. They don't reveal their cards. They don't put Rolexes in the window, sports Rolex, and say, yes, you can buy this, it's available. What they do is they make it seem you've got to get on a list, let us know what you want, and we'll see what we can do. We'll do you a favor. Don't do me a fucking favor. Do you want to sell it or you don't want to sell it? They're not doing anyone a favor, okay? So what I think the answer is there is that they are going to artificially control it. Now, Daytonas, Cermet, the hot stuff, the Pepsi, you can't get that, okay, right? But that lesser stuff, if you go into your AD and say, I want a two-tone Datejust or I want a steel Datejust with this dial, you probably got a fair chance of getting this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But you also got to remember, too, the purchase history game, right? You go in there, you buy the OP, you buy
the They don't care anymore. They don't care.
They've always cared. How did I get my pieces then? I got it by doing that.
How many did you buy? You're talking about half a dozen pieces. You're not a huge player. No disrespect.
I know there's no disrespect, but I was able to get a Daytona, and I was able to get a GMT.
Here we go. Ron the Actuary, $5. Mike, no BS. Do you have any advice on how to position a hi-hat on your kit relative to your snare and throne, etc.?
I just answered on the chat. I've never played drums and never have claimed to play drums. I roadied for my friend. I helped pack his drums and set them up on stage, but he did the final, setup of everything and fine tuning of all that. I was the guy that ran out to the car or van and grabbed the drums in their cases and ran them up on stage and emptied them out and placed them where he liked them, and then ran off stage with everything. And then when the show was over, reverse order. So yeah, technically I don't know. I can't answer that.
Let me just say this to you. I want to say this to you, Rolex. To normal people, right? Buying one fucking Submariner steel no date is a lifetime's money. Would you agree with that?
Big time.
And what's happening? You're a bit of a Porsche guy, right?
Okay. Yes.
You can't. One thing I found when I did my US tour, I couldn't find 911s. I couldn't see Boxsters or Caymans. They had SUVs. The dealers had SUVs. But
they're moving away, or at least in terms of like production, small SUVs and sedans, or at least they're moving away from sedans and sports cars because more people want small SUVs. That's where a lot of their money is made for a lot of car dealers. That's why you'll see things like Maserati has an SUV now. Lamborghini came out with an SUV now. It's just what people need. People need those things.
So what are you saying then? Why? What? But if you want to buy a Boxster, is it easy to get a Boxster from a Porsche dealer?
I wouldn't know what it is now in terms of going, but I do know that during COVID, because production was low, you had to pay a premium to get anything. But I know for like other dealerships, like Mercedes and stuff, they're starting to do away with the premiums. But I don't know with Porsche, to be honest with you. I haven't spoken to anyone in finance.
Well, see, that's Porsche. They're also trying to keep the supply chain limited. They're trying to make it like it's a so in-demand product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like Rolex. I think Rolex kind of, Lamborghini was always doing that, even before COVID. It was always a pain in the ass to go get a Ferrari. So
yeah, Ferrari.
Yeah, wasn't it always like a pain to go get one of their cars?
But Rolex, there is a difference. There are some watches, some models in Rolex which are going below retail in gray market, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that will happen. But I think Archie's dead on. I think he's dead on. Hey, I'll be back in a little bit.
No, the problem is eventually if the economy, the world economy goes down even further, uh,
Mhm.
for how much time will Rolex keep on downsizing their production? That won't last. That's not a good business plan.
But like,
Uh,
were they always downsizing production? I don't think that was ever the case. I think production was always steady. It was the ADs that were
yeah,
holding on to their supply, and they were only giving it to people that spent money in the store.
China is in recession. UK is not doing very well. In US, the
Yeah.
interest rates are going high. People, the priorities on watches are not anymore, right?
Hmm.
That is why you see the reflection on gray market. People are not buying watches. People are
People aren't
not
buying
spending.
watches.
Yeah. So what will happen eventually? You will find watches at the 80s.
I think so. I think it's only a matter of time, and that's what some of the other ADs have been telling me, that they're getting to the point where you're going to see steel Datejusts and Oyster Perpetuals in the display cases that you're going to be able to buy. I think that's great for the first time buyer. There's nothing wrong with that. You're
I've
building
got to say,
relationship too with your AD, which is great.
what do you really need to have a relationship with your AD? What are they? Are they family members? What are
I
they?
no, I agree. Hey, listen, I'm on board with you about that. A person should be able to walk in and get a watch that they're looking for. But fucking it's the same thing with Hermes. You got to play their fucking bullshit game. Every luxury brand does that.
Yeah, it's phony, but isn't it? Really, it's
It's
phony.
totally. Wait, hold on. I wanted to ask you. In terms, Hermes does the same thing as Rolex, right? Like their
Yes.
bags are hard as shit to get. Is it harder to score a Birkin or a Submariner? Which is harder to get?
Birkin.
Birkin's like way harder to get.
Way harder to get. Way harder.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look. It really look. You're asking the wrong person because I've been offered nothing from the.
But
I
you
haven't
didn't
managed to buy.
investigate. Didn't you get
I
on the
haven't.
list for them? Didn't you go and investigate? You've been in the stores, right?
Look, it's just total bullshit. They want
Okay.
you to buy. Start your just the key wordings they use there.
What is their date just though from Hermes? Like, what is the thing that they try to sell you so you can get the thing you want?
The crockery, the ties,
Ties,
the homeware,
Oh,
things like that.
they're happy to sell you anything. Their stuff is look. It's high quality, but it is very expensive stuff. I mean, let's not. I mean, these items are kind of super luxury because
Mhm.
they're so far from reality. I suppose you could argue, is a Rolex far removed from reality? Like, is that what a watch has to cost? I asked a good watch dealer, I said, what do you think the most bang per buck watch in our time is? Okay.
Let's hear it.
I said, what do you think the most bang per buck? He goes, oh, it's very simple. The most bang per buck watch in terms of reliability, durability,
I
a
think I know
good
the
brand,
answer.
a reasonable brand name. You know what he said it was?
Can I guess before you say it?
Yeah.
Omega Seamaster?
Tudor Black Bay.
Fuck. It's close. Really?
Super
Tudor Black Bay. Okay. No, it's true though.
Yeah.
They are great. What does a brand new Black Bay go for? What is it?
Well,
4,500?
just hang on. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
NY Strike Back $2. Datejust 41 fluted with Jubilee is 6 to 12 months.
Wait
Waiting
time.
at my AD. Datejust 41 fluted with Jubilee is a 6 to 12 month wait at my AD.
Is
Yeah.
this two tone or steel with white gold bezel? You can just
I think we can assume it's the steel one. If
yeah.
they're saying they're giving him 6 to 12 month wait time, but I'd
You know
go
what,
talk to
Rolex?
Dave.
I still did not receive my two tone mother of pearl date just 41. It's now 8 months.
Oh Lord. Well,
Yeah,
but you would assume they aren't producing a lot of those.
yeah.
So,
It's a
you know,
discontinued item now.
yeah,
But
it must be.
yeah,
Well,
but they took advance from me.
oh
Payment
shit,
from.
really?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
how are they allowed to do that? That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So the Tudor Arch, that's the bang per buck.
Yeah, because he said to me, he says, you realize they got an in-house movement, which is in-house
Mhm.
means it's made by Rolex. He said you've
Bracelets
got
are pretty good with Tudor. Sorry, I keep cutting you off, but yeah,
the bracelets are pretty good,
pretty good.
right?
Yeah.
And you've got a watch that's going to last years, long history, basically a Submariner, a rehashed Submariner.
Mm-hmm.
Second-hand wise, that thing is 3,000 to 3,500 Aussie. That's 2.5 US.
And you're not going to lose your shirt when you resell it, so they're not bad.
Well, actually, let's be honest. There, you got to buy it cheap because Tudor is losing. You buy it full retail, you're going to
Oh
fuck.
yeah, I'm talking. I'm talking pre-owned. But even then, I can see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Tudor has released far too much shit. Okay.
But you know what, Archie? I'm gonna extend an olive branch. I do agree with you about like it's fucking bullshit with the ADs and like it's you're probably seeing it from a different market than I am. At least in LA, you have like more options, right? I think where you're at in terms of it, you have like two ADs and you're within a drivable distance, right? From where you are.
Yeah.
You're about two ADs. Yeah. In LA, there's about like 15 of them. So if you play it right and you just reach out to everyone, it's slightly easier, but it's still a pain in the ass. I'll go to an AD and I'll see like a very well-to-do person buying brand new Tudor at the AD just to establish that relationship. So yeah, I agree with you. It's all bullshit and luck of the draw.
But at the same time, too, though, I have to say, like, my time at Luxury Bazaar, like, I recognize, like, a lot of the same guys would be offering us different pieces, like, weekly. They would be offering, like, a day date or a meteorite Pepsi, whatever, weekly.
Yeah.
Because they had that history with the AD.
Oh, yeah. And it's true. Dude, you buy a day date at your AD, watch how fast they'll pull out a GMT for you from the safe. That commission check alone that the sales associate's getting, he will go to bat.
Well, they don't get commission anymore.
Wait, what do you mean?
A lot of the sales assistants don't get good commission. That's why a lot of them have left.
Yeah, well, maybe it's different where you are, but yeah, sales associates in the US definitely get commissions on their sales.
Well, if they didn't, they'd be earning nothing.
Well. Yeah, they'd be getting nothing. That's
retail. Well, in America, what's retail jobs like? Like you need to present very well for a retail job, right?
Yes. Those type of jobs, you need to be a very clean-cut, buttoned-up type of person.
They don't earn much, but do they?
It depends. Like the during COVID with those commissions that they were doing, I think some of them were doing pretty well over six figures. I think in certain markets, which is pretty good for a sales associate.
No, it's very good, but they've got a limited life too because you don't want an old sales associate, do they? Like you have a used sell-by date, don't you?
I don't know when it comes to that, Arch. When it comes to luxury items, selling luxury items, I think if anything, age might be a good thing, especially if like you take care of yourself and you present well. Could be a good thing on your side, But I truthfully, I'm talking out of my ass. I have no idea.
What about if you don't take care of yourself? You put on.
Well, here's the thing. Listen,
I like the way you say these things. Oh, you take care of yourself. What about if you just have a fucking splurge? You had a fucking divorce. You had fucking family problems.
Oh my God! Look, we got vintage Arch coming out. We got vintage Arch coming out. Oh, this is it. Oh, thank God I came back. I'm starting to bring the old Archie out. Listen, first of all, Arch, I'm not talking about you. I've met you in person. I've seen you in a suit. You clean up well, okay? I'm talking about the other people, right? I'm talking about myself, if anything. Rolex couldn't sell Rolexes. They would not hire me over there.
What's that?
Right?
I
don't. You look great in a suit, Arch. My suits don't fit. They're too big. They're too big. They're all sloppy. Come on.
You've got it down pat. You have it down pat. You're a good-looking guy.
You're a very handsome guy, man. What are you talking about, Rolex?
I don't know. The other side doesn't think so, but I appreciate
it. They're just jealous about Have you seen? By the way,
I've met him. Trust me, I know. I've lived with the guy. I know what he looks like.
You seen that photo on the boat? He looked like a pig.
Oh yeah, he's. It's so funny. Someone told him because I went on the dungeon and I said, Tim's obese. Tim is obese now, and someone wrote it in the chat. I think it was 222. It was like Rolex called you obese. He's like, I'm not obese. I'm not obese. I'm not fat. I was like, you are definitely fucking fat now, Tim. There's no question.
And he was never a good. He hasn't got a good-looking face. He's not a good-looking guy.
No, people see him. He has his camera on. Everybody knows what he looks like. You know, that's why it's crazy that he talks about other people's looks.
Yeah,
I know I've got a face for radio, as they say.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is, the thing I can't believe is, this is the thing that I can't believe is, the whole watch market, I'll be honest with you, they're going to keep this charade game. So Rolex will never be available, okay?
Okay. Well, you're making kind of a blanket statement, Arch. I think what you're trying to say is stainless steel sports Rolex will never be available at the AD.
Well, it'll pretend, but what'll happen is you put your name down and it will become available. If they're gonna classify the leads, okay? They are going to work on the leads, okay? So if they think you got a reasonable prospect, they will try and pump and dump you, okay? However, let me say this. The reality is they are not selling. People are saying no. And you know, when the crumbs started to, can I tell you something? When the crumbs started to set, when I was in America, you know that guy, you know the guy who's the AP guy. What's that? Mark. You know Mark?
Is that the sunglasses guy?
He's the guy who took me to the Ralph Lauren restaurant.
Oh, Mark. Yes, you went to the Polo bar in New York.
Yeah, is that any? No, I went to the restaurant as well, not just the bar.
Yeah. It's called the Polo Bar. That's what it's called, the restaurant. You went there?
Yeah.
There's a long wait list to get into that place. You know that, right? Like some people wait years.
The truth?
It wasn't that good?
It was great, but who could be fucked waiting that long? It's not that good.
But wait, and just so I know you're telling a story, but I just need to clarify. That's the place where it's like darkly lit, leather everywhere. It's all polo themed. There's paintings on the wall. You went there? Okay, well, just so you know, Rolex has been trying to go there for a long time, and I haven't gone in yet. So
yeah, well, big fucking deal. Okay,
it was whatever. Well, did you not enjoy yourself?
No, it was great. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's cool.
But you know something? All you got to do is, what you should do is, if you want to experience that, right? You know, have you got some gourmet burger restaurants?
Oh, of course. Well, I couldn't name any. Well, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes. Go on.
Go to Macy's, go to the Ralph Lauren section, sit down on the furniture, and just order in a gourmet burger. It's exactly the same.
I know you got I heard the burger was really good, though. Is that true?
It was amazing.
I heard the burger's really good. Wow. Good for you.
Now, the thing is, I got to tell you this, right? The truth is, he told me he'd been offered a solid gold yellow Submariner, a blue solid gold. He said no because there was no profit in flipping. It's a lot of money to invest, and it's not an easy flip.
There's no money in it right now. Those are going below retail.
Well, at that stage, they were going at retail. So he said, why the fuck would I risk getting stuck with it if I'm not going to get an easy flip?
Can I tell you something? One of my sales, I only have one AD left, and he told me very recently, if I buy a day date, he will get me a Pepsi right afterwards.
A day date's a lot of money. I mean, Rolex. I don't know what money you're on, right? And
I don't have money for a fucking date. I mean, I have money for a day date, but I don't have that type of money to just go buy a day date. That's crazy. I would only get it to flip it, and there's no market for it right now.
Well, I feel the same way. I mean, I could use a home equity loan and buy a fucking day date, but you know something? I'd lose thousands. Do you understand?
Exactly. No. Do I understand? I'm telling you. There's no money. Why would I do that? But it's just like what you're saying, Mark. There's no money in it. Why are you going to go buy these crazy solid gold pieces that you don't even want to get stainless steel sports? It's crazy.
Malik Diamond, $5. He wears a big suit, Arch. He's not discriminating. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Rolex, the only profit you get buying a day date is it opens the doors to get steel pieces.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the profits you get in life from wearing one. But yeah, it's yeah.
I mean,
sales is
you
a tough.
you
Yeah.
you get gold pieces, solid gold pieces. You get a nice purchase history, and then they offer you Daytonas. This
Yep.
is how they do it.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I've got to tell you this. Okay, so I like a solid gold Rolex. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my humble 4-piece collection, right? You know my collection, right?
Yep.
Bluesy, Explorer 2, Speedy, and a Reverso. So I say, okay, I'd like to get a solid gold. You realize that day retail would be more than my current collection is all worth. You understand that?
Of course. That's
I mean, that's
crazy.
crazy money.
That's too much money to
And
put in one piece.
that's exactly right. And you don't want to get just the champagne dial. You want to get the green dial, which is impossible to get.
Yeah, I would love I'd love just, I mean, if I had the money, I would love just a very nice champagne dial date. I wouldn't even try to go for the green one. I would just go for all
Oh,
gold.
you just go for champagne.
I would just go for all gold.
So what does that go for in America? What do you pay for that?
Like 40, a little over 40, 40, 41.
Fuck, that's a lot of money. You could buy a
A lot of
car.
money.
You could buy a semi-decent Beamer for that, you know?
I could not work for a year. That's what I think more in terms of. I could just not work for a year. I could just relax.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think you'd rather not work for the year. What do you reckon? That'd be more fun, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. Do you know how many books I would read, Arch? Do you know how in great shape I would get? Do you know how much hair would grow back on my head just from the stress I wouldn't deal with? It'd be amazing.
Not working for a year. See,
That'd be amazing.
this is the thing that is life, isn't it? We're trading off time for baubles.
Yeah, but you say that, but I know personally, like from not having been at work I was out of work for what 2-3 months. I went a little store crazy. Like I feel like I'm the type of person I have to be busy.
No, well, it's okay. I don't know your financial situation, but I would assume during that time you were probably stressed out about
Yes.
not having work and you were trying to find work. But imagine you were in a situation where you didn't have to worry about those things. You already had 40,000 in the bank that was going to pay for everything. That
Yeah, I mean,
sounds like heaven
I
to
had a
me.
decent severance, so I mean, I didn't really have to worry, but I still went like I'm the type of person like I have to stay busy. I can't stay
Yeah.
in the house, you know.
Yeah, I suppose it's the choice of not having to work, but Rolex, isn't it?
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Okay. I feel like I'm talking too much because I was going to say something, but I agree with you. Yeah.
I look at the same thing. Can I tell you something, Rolex?
Can I tell you something? Have you seen the movie Groundhog's Day?
Yes.
With Bill Murray? You know, the
Yes.
day he just keeps living over and over again?
Yeah.
How great does that sound? Not have to worry about tomorrow. Just going to live a day. You know?
And I like the way he bangs the girl because he knows what
Yes.
lines.
He woke up, he had a crazy big breakfast. What was her name? What's the I don't remember the girl in the movie. She's like, "Wow, do you not care about calories or anything?" He's like, "Yeah, there's no tomorrow." Oh, that sounds great. It sounds fantastic.
There is no tomorrow. That's exactly it, isn't it?
Yep.
That's exactly it. No tomorrow. That's so cool, isn't it?
Super
Yeah.
truck.
Andy McDowell, that's who it is. Andy McDowell is in the movie.
Here we go. John Swatch, $2. A year off is not day owner's vocabulary.
He wrote that in the chat 3 times. So, John, I'm glad that you super chatted it. But a year off, I'm just saying in terms of that type of money. You know, that's a lot of money, $40,000.
No, but at the end of the day, time is money, isn't it? Time is money, and these baubles are money, aren't they?
Yeah. In general,
What's your
like it's
Porsche worth now, Rolex?
why do we keep doing this, Arch? We keep doing this dance.
Okay, my Beamer is worth 50 Aussie. That's what the dealer would give
Fantastic.
me, which is a fucking lowball offer, right?
Okay.
It's about 30 American, okay?
Okay.
That's another year you could have off.
Oh, wait a minute. 30 American is what it's worth now? You're 3?
That's what the dealer would give me. They're screwing me, okay?
How much longer do you have on the lease?
I'm 18 months into it.
18 months? Okay. And you
It's
said
a
you're doing
5-year
like
lease.
a 5-year lease. Okay. Just, ride it out, keep making the payments, and, decide what you're going to do at the end of it. But 30 seems like on the low end, I feel like, because you don't really drive it that much, right?
Archie, forget about the dealer. You have to sell it on autosales.co.au, whatever it is. Car sales.
carsales.com.au. But what I'm trying to say is, would you rather have the year off or the day date? That's a fantastic quandary. You got to look at these things like that now. Don't you see that, Rolex?
Yeah. Aren't you glad I'm here, Arch, to bring up these conundrums? Would I want a year off or a day date? Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what I would rather have is the money in the bank.
The only problem is, could you go back to your career after the year off? But
I think you're losing the point of what I'm trying to say, Arch. But no, you can't take a year off and then go back to work.
what?
I mean, you couldn't take a year off and then go back to your job. I feel like they would have some questions for you if you did that.
The other thing is, Rolex, maybe you don't want to go back to work after a year off. Say, fuck it, I'm not going back to this corporate bullshit.
I want to be a YouTube star. That's what I want to do. Not the same job. Yeah, John Swatch. Definitely can't go back to that job.
No. What do you reckon, Rolex?
You know what's something interesting I heard the other day, Arch? And I'm probably going to butcher it. How long do you think it would take you to count to 1 million? How long do you think it would take you to count? What do you think? And everybody, feel free to guess. How long would it take to count to 1 million?
Fuck me, did I? What does it take? A week?
9 days. 9 days. How long it would take 9 days? How long do you think it would take you to count to 1 billion?
It would take 9 days to count to 1 million. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes. Roughly a week, but 9 days, give or take. It will take you 30 years to count to 1 billion.
30 years.
That's the difference between $1 million and $1 billion. Think about that. I know I'm not breaking new ground here, but it really puts into perspective how crazy it is to be a billionaire, how much money that is.
Holy
and then
shit.
to a trillion is 31,000 years to count to a
How
trillion.
many zeros are in a trillion? What? So a billion is 1,000 million, correct?
Yes.
So what's a trillion?
I couldn't even comprehend that number. But I'm just telling you the difference between $1 million and $1 billion. That's just more money than you'll ever need in life. You couldn't even spend $1 billion. There's not enough day dates.
You're saying?
Yeah, $1 billion. There's not enough day dates in the world.
What about $1 million? That's nothing now?
I mean, you know that. Come on. $1 million, you could probably spend it in a day if you wanted to.
Well, if you bought a real estate, it's very easy, isn't it? What do you think?
Yeah. In California, $1 million doesn't get you anything.
Nothing?
A nice condo.
You can get a 6239 or 6262, Archie, just one Daytona for $1 million.
You could buy a house on the beach, though, down in Myrtle Beach, where I grew up, South Carolina, for like 1.2, 1.8 million on the beach.
Myrtle Beach, that's that song, Myrtle Beach, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Love Shack. Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Yeah. So wait, where were we, Arch? Where were we before Lolex started talking?
What we were saying was maybe in our life we want time off and not baubles.
No, it was before that. It was way before
Archie, if you are given the choice between unlimited money and unlimited love, which one will you pick?
That's a good one. Let's go inside.
Say that again. Unlimited money
versus unlimited love.
That's a fucking very good one. You'd have to go for the love, wouldn't you?
No. I'll buy your love, Archie. You kidding me? If I had unlimited money, you'd be my personal friend. I'd pay you to love me. Come on.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna go on a night. Thanks for having me on, Archie. Good seeing you, Rolex, Assad, Mike.
Take it easy.
Machine Gun Chris, congratulations on your new account, and thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you,
We
sir.
love you.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much,
having me
Machine
on.
Gun.
Appreciate it, guys. See you guys later.
See you
Take
later.
care.
Curly said
Rolex.
it perfectly. Basically,
What
a
about-
dog for unlimited money.
What about, okay, what about listen to this.
Mhm.
If you had bosses like Tim.
Oh, that's a great one. Would you take a high-paying job, but you had Tim for a boss, or would you take like a 50,000 a year type of job, but no stress and no boss? Which one would you have?
I think you need somewhere in the middle.
There is no middle. There is no middle. 50,000 a year with no boss, no stress, or
What the fuck could you do
$300,000 a
in
year.
50,000 a year in California?
You could rent a studio apartment. You know, have a very
It's not too bad.
yeah. You could live off 50,000 a year in California. You just wouldn't be in LA. You'd be very outside of it. You'd be out in the desert.
You know, Rolex, stress is a killer. So you're gonna get heart attacks. No amount of money can then fix you if you have stress
Yeah.
issues in life.
Very
So
true.
it's better to have less money and no stress than have unlimited amount of money. Let alone $350,000 per year. I will never choose unlimited amount of money and stress uh, compared to less money and no stress.
Okay. So Sod would go with the lesser end. What about you, Arch?
Well, it's funny you say that. When I was in Beverly Hills,
Okay.
I was walking around the back of Cartier and there was a Bentley flying Spurv sedan, right?
Okay.
And it was abruptly parked in the parking lot in a handicap spot.
Oh,
Oof.
oh yes, we saw the picture. You shared
Yeah.
that picture with
So,
us.
If
Would
that's
you
not
like
a metaphor for life,
unlimited? Sorry?
if that's not a metaphor for life, I don't know what is. Go on.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a loved Bentley. You could tell it hadn't really been loved. It was just, it had a few parking scratch. They didn't even, they didn't love it like me or you would. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting that you said that, Arch, because I think you can kind of take that and apply it to your watches, right? Why do we got to keep adding things and trying to get shit? Why can't we just be happy with what we have? You have a great 4-piece collection, Arch. Why are you looking at something gold? Why are you looking at Patek? Why is Mikey trying to get a VC? Let's just be happy with what we have, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
stress?
exactly it.
Yeah.
It's Super Chat poison saying that, but you know
Exactly.
that?
Exactly. We haven't gotten Super Chats in a while. If you guys want me to shut up Super Chat, I will shut up and let Archie talk.
But you are right there. I mean, do you have friends of you? See, you have friends who are not watch people say that's crazy. How much did you spend on that watch? That's crazy, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Oh, big time. My
What do
parents
they
are like
buy?
kind of I have one friend that just bought a Submariner recently. And no, I have a few friends that are into watches. I have one friend that only has 2 Daytonas. He has a pre-ceramic black dial, and then he has a gold Daytona ceramic on Oyster Flex.
Yep.
And then I have a few friends now that are into watches, but I feel like people in my life understand now at this point. That's what I like.
So, do you have people who say, "Fuck, that's crazy! You spend so much on a watch"?
No, not really.
No.
No.
But it also goes down to cars, really. I mean, realistically, a Toyota Corolla would probably be far more economical than a 3 Series or a Boxster, don't you think?
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't have a Boxster, Arch.
Or a Cayman,
Yeah, no, it would be, but come on, man. You can't take your money with you when you go. You got to enjoy yourself a little bit. You worked hard. You had a very productive 2 years during COVID and whatnot. You should enjoy yourself.
Yeah, that's
We
a
got the
fair
super
point.
chaps finally coming in. Here we go.
Finally coming in. ABC, £2. Who'd be happy with a jiu-jitsu polishing Grand Seiko?
I don't get what does that mean?
That's a
Who'd be
special finished Grand Seiko. Nobody will be happy to have that watch. That's a
My son
shitter.
loves his Grand Seiko. He does love that. He really loves that watch.
How is your son doing, by the way, Arch?
Yeah. I've got a few. I've got a few sons.
Yeah.
They're different. Look, it's. We've had a few problems with some, but we're working on it. Okay, we're working on things.
It's good.
Archie, you should be thankful you don't have a son like Mike the Snake.
Oh,
Imagine that.
Imagine you had a son like fucking Tim Wright. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. What
Oh
would
my
I...
god, Arch. Arch would have to pull the belt out. You know? Hit Timmy with a few licks.
I think where I sit now, Arch would be proud to have me as a son.
No,
not many years ago. I was.
You have committed all the sins in life, you know, Mike. You have been really problematic.
I've been vindicated. I've made all reparations and am in good standing with myself and God and my family.
Super chat, Archie.
We got another super chat from NY Strikes Back. $2. Should we just sell our watches and become monks? No, I don't think that's the answer either, but is it?
No. There's a limit is what I'm saying. You know?
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation, yes.
As they say.
Golden Baba. Super chat.
Golden Baba. Here we go. Arch, while you're paying attention, thank you for recommending Triangle of Sadness. I haven't laughed or been entertained like that in a long time. And you plus Bear were in the movie. Thank you. That's a great movie. Triangle of Sadness. I highly recommend that movie.
Did you see Oppenheimer by any chance, Arch? I feel like you would have saw it.
No.
Did you see it?
No, I haven't.
That looked interesting.
Really good. I saw it in IMAX. Really, really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just saw.
Hey, Danny, how are you?
Hey, Danny.
Hey.
Danny.
Any tally count? What's in the sack? How much money have you made for me, my call center guy?
Says I'm not making very much money today. I just collecting the Amazon in the iTunes voucher.
Saad will be by to pick up the
Okay, we have Rolex. He's a rich guy. Spam him. Ready?
Okay.
Go.
Okay, Mr. Rolex, we have a problem on your account. Can you please give me last 3 digits of your credit card?
Okay.
So I need to justify this problem to sort out, please, sir.
Oh Lord. Okay, what's the problem? You need my credit card number?
Okay, what the problem is? You sent money, so I give you refund, but I accidentally sent too much money back, so I cannot on this account take money back a refund. So if you could run out to your local Walmart and go get Amazon or iTunes voucher, please, sir. Thank you, please.
Serty, you're a little too good at this. You're making me think like you might be doing this in your spare time.
You gotta make money somehow.
Oh God, Curly's saying it right, Arch. You look like a hostage right now. What's going on?
Hostage?
You're like all sad and just like serious.
Super chat,
yeah, super chat. Can we get a full screen of your room, Arch? Let's see what's going on.
Sure,
yeah, let's see. Is there anybody hiding in the room?
Hey, get back in there. Get back in there. Get back in there.
What's that, fucking Alcatraz?
Oh, that's a nice room. Can we see the outside?
Yes.
Can we see the window?
It's got a great view.
This is a peninsula.
Wow, look at that.
I'll put it on my phone in a minute. I'll get it on my phone.
Okay.
Just hang on.
How many stories up are you, Arch?
24.
Fucking
More
hot.
stories than you've told us, Mike. Yeah.
Wow. Moving on up.
That's a beautiful watch, Danny. Beautiful watch you have.
Oh yeah, it's a super motard.
It's not a hypermotard though.
Is that a 16-inch?
I was wrong. I was wrong on that guess.
Boys, man.
It's 17 inches is the proper.
So super chat from
answer.
John Swatch, Archie, $2.
Here we go. John Swatch, $2. Be the monk with a solid gold Rolex.
Are they corrupt, Archie, the bonks with solid gold watch, or are they okay?
Tell me this side, would it need to be a 41 or a 36 mil? Are you going to get a 41?
The 40, you mean? 40.
40, sorry, 40.
40 is too expensive, Archie. Too expensive. But to be honest with you, Archie, I have now three different sizes in Rolex: 36, 40, and 41. And I think 36 is okay for me, not a problem. It fits very well.
I would, if I was going to buy a day date, I would get 36.
You would?
It makes sense.
Really?
Okay, all right, Danny. I would get a 36 for my little wrist, yes. But I've toyed with the idea for sure. I look at my watches, I look at the numbers, I go, okay, if I were to sell a couple, I can make it work. But
I think it makes sense. I get in the 36 because with it being a dress watch, you don't want it. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one point, and another thing is you have huge amount of dial options with a 36 millimeter.
Pre-owned, yes. Brand new, they completely slaughtered the line. If you try to look at the 36 millimeters right now on the Rolex website, there's like 4 dials to choose from.
No. Off catalog, they still produce something. They produce ultra special dials, man.
Oh, really?
Yes, they produce the malachite, they produce lapis, they produce coral, they produce everything.
Do you know what my favorite Rolex? Do you know what my favorite Rolex of all time is? 36 millimeter day date Tiger dial. That's my favorite watch ever made.
Tiger.
Tiger Eye.
Yes, Tiger Eye.
So
I knew you were
nice.
going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. I swear to God.
love that dial. I love that dial. And they have some Spanish ones too that are pretty cool. That's what I would get.
That's the premium. They charge more on that.
Yeah, Saad is the off catalog expert when it comes to date dates and date justs. Yeah, he's the.
They also had that on the date just also. They produced the Eye of the Tiger on the date justs. Yeah.
Archie, can you pin links so people can come on?
Yeah,
of course.
Archie super chat from Dirk Diggler, who looks like Mike the Snake in Avatar. Or is he Mike the Snake?
Artem was my son. I would tell him no way he came from my loins, and SM his mama in the mouth, smack his mama in the mouth. Then I would go out for milk and cigarettes.
Is that you, Mike the Snake, in his Avatar? Is that you?
Yeah, that's a young me.
You were very ugly back then.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pussy magnet.
I'm glad to know that I've blossomed into the beauty that I am today.
Really?
Yeah, he's good
Show
looking.
us your face, Mike.
Mike was a good looking guy. That's the fashion from then,
No, the haircut's terrible. That's just
everything is terrible.
No, not everything. I'm a
Look
good
at those
guy.
those Mr. Spock's eyebrows.
Well, having your eyebrows done and trimmed up wasn't fashionable at that time, so I didn't bother. But
you never bothered.
What?
Can you show us your face now? We want to compare how much you look like in your 60s now.
I'm not in my 60s.
Really? You look old. You look old.
Give me a break. Come on, man. Come on, Saad.
No. You're not in the 60s. You look like 65 plus.
Yeah, okay, Saad.
Compared to Archie, you look 25 years older than him.
Come on, Mike could be my
just
brother.
Compare it. Rolex, I'm not blind. Just compare him with Archie.
No,
This guy
Mr.
looks like he's
Rolex,
Mike
in
looks
I'm
great.
70s.
calling to
I
tell
think
you
I'm
our
2 years
records
older.
show
I think
you
I'm
have
2 years
had
older than Archie.
accident. You've had
Uh,
accident in last 3 years.
I
Oh
know
If
that's
my
you
spam.
god.
Kwasi.
we can get you full compensation if you give us your bank details. We will transfer the full compensation to your account. Isn't that
Mike, can
right,
you
John Smith?
show him your credit card on? Can you just show us your credit card here, the front and the back, both sides, please,
My boss, Mr.
on
Saad,
stream?
is here, and my
Yes.
colleague John Smith is also here. He can help you.
Yes, help you. Very good to help you, says. Now, I have been informed in the last 2 years you have been in accident. Is this correct?
Mike, where are you? Mike?
I'm right here.
Yeah, these guys, they are asking questions from you.
Oh,
We are
you're
not
asking
talking
me.
about accident with dog pissing in your mouth. Not that accident.
Dog pissing accident. Oh yes, there was a dog pissing accident. Yes.
I
I
hear
mean,
you going very fast on motorbike. I say, why you come fast, bastard bitch? So, would you like to make a claim? I can make this possible for you, says.
Thank you. Amazing.
I see. What do I need to do?
Just pay him, pay them, pay these
You
guys.
need to give us your account details. We will transfer the full compensation into your account.
I see. Okay, I'll get my bank account and my routing number and my credit card number together for you here momentarily, and I'll send them over.
Now,
Very well.
says Mr. Snake, now I have confirmed on my computer here. I've got it up and it is saying your password is Mike the Snake. Chingao. Is this
Hmm?
correct?
No, that's
Okay,
not
then
the
you show,
password.
give us your actual password. If that's not correct, give us actual password, please.
Uh, um, I kind of like to hang on to my passwords, so I'm gonna hold
But
off on
says,
giving
how
that.
do you expect to get the refund?
Yes.
Well, let me go get the gift cards for you first, and then we'll go from there.
After today, this will not be available to you. I'm telling to you.
Yes.
Well,
Oh
then
my
I guess
god.
I'll
Yes, sir.
just have
Do
to
this
miss
now.
out.
Do this
Super
now.
chat,
Come on, Jaldi. Come on, do this quick.
quick. You don't have much time. Only 4 minutes left.
Jaldi, Mike.
Mm,
Jaldi.
okay. Well, I may have to just miss out on this opportunity. I'm sorry.
Says, but this is money for tree that you can have in your account and buy brand new
Listen,
Ducati
Danny,
bike.
if you don't generate money today, you know what I gonna do with you. You know that, right?
Ooh, what's gonna happen?
Says, please,
Yo,
please do not do this.
I
Please,
I
says,
gonna lash you tonight, okay?
my
You don't
family.
generate
No,
money, your
says, my
children
family
gonna
depend. My
sleep
family depend on
hungry.
this money. Says,
Just
please stop.
spam this
You are
guy
doing too much.
immediately, okay? Just
I don't
spam
think.
him.
Oh no, says, please, my family
Who
Okay,
depend
is
continue with
on
the
this money.
spam. I gonna
who is
sell your
with
organs if
Archie
you
in
don't do it.
room?
Just
Who is
spam
with
this
Says,
mic.
Archie in room?
oh no, says I get back to work right away. Very.
Who
And we got Neo, $10. Archie, say NATO, Neo, 10 times faster. NATO, Neo, NATO, Neo. There we go.
Definitely
who
was
is
not
with you
10,
in
but okay.
room, Mr. Archie? Who
10
is with
times
room?
faster.
Who is with you in room, Mr.
Oh,
Archie?
so you got a lazy boys there. You're gonna flip them over. Flip them over.
Actually, that's an interesting. I got to tell you something, Rolex.
Okay.
My son, when he was about 3 years old, he counted to 1,000,
Okay.
but a million. It takes a week to count to a million.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that boring to do?
Insanely, but it'd probably be good YouTube content if you wanted to do that. Mr. Beast style type of video. Think about it.
My God, it'd be just insanely boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Yes,
How many
it would.
numbers could you count in a day? What could you do in a day?
Well, you want to do the math on it? It takes 1 million to count, 9 days to count to 1 million. I'm sure you can extrapolate that out. Let's see.
Roughly 100,000 a day, isn't it?
Something
You
like
take
that.
Archie even longer, Rolex, because he's always 20 minutes late to show.
Yeah.
100,000.
You'd have to wait
100,001. 100,002.
111,1111. That's how many you can count in a day. 111.
Is it like reading the Bible?
What do you mean by that?
Both is boring, mate.
Both is boring, Arch? Damn. I wouldn't have asked you this question if I didn't know it was going to throw you for such a loop. I can tell you're thinking about it. So Archie's thinking about it so heavily right now. It's like, wow, $1 million.
Yeah, that's a fucking great. Yeah, that's a fucking great question there,
Okay,
Alex.
Arch, I'm gonna start. 1, 2, 3. He starts counting.
Yeah, Alex. I love you. You know this, don't you, Alex? I love you.
Christian Ward. On a
More
night
NATO stuff, mate.
Super chat, Archie.
Here we go. We got a super chat. John C, $5. Mike the Snake. As a guy who's seen some action in his life, any advice for us on how to get with hot chicks? Thanks, Ang Chingao.
You know, honestly, what worked for me was being the biggest dick that I could be.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm dead serious. The more harsh and more of a jerk I was, the more women slipped their phone numbers into my shirt pocket.
But you're still a jerk. But you don't get ladies anymore.
Well, true.
Might get tons of ladies,
but-
all right?
Yeah, I'm on my way out tonight to go get some
Fucking-
right now. Actually,
Mike, you did the slip Morse code into your pocket.
I gotta go right now. I've got to go pick up the most important girl in my life, which is my mother, and
Good on you, Mikey.
I've got to care for her before I take off.
By
to
the
go to
way,
my
guys,
show.
it's Father's Day in Australia. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's
Happy Father's Day.
Did you have me freaking out for a second? I was like, I didn't call my dad. Is it Father's Day?
This is in Australia.
Yeah, it was Jesus.
My dad's so bad he forgets my birthday. And
Oof.
yeah.
Did you call your dad in Tuddersfield, Arch?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I
Archie.
better give him a ring.
You should give him a ring right now on stream.
Those Tuddersfield people don't like it when you don't give them a ring, that.
Just give me one moment.
Oh
No
my
problem,
God.
Archie. Take your time. So, Danny, I
Hey,
have
Matt.
kept your passports with me. Okay.
Yeah, you don't lose it.
Now your passports are with me. So the thing is, I give you 1 week time. If you don't generate any more revenue,
He says
then
this is very hard.
I'll be right back, guys.
This is very hard, you know, sir.
No, I'm going to.
Here.
You will go back in the container the way you came. You will go back in the container to your homeland again. Okay.
Says I'm trying my very hardest best. You know.
I hired you, and you said to me that you will come by yourself only, but eventually you brought all your family with yourself, your children. You have 17 children with you, your father, your mom, your sisters, everybody. they all live in one
Why you
room.
not letting me bring my cow, you bastard bitch?
Your cow, bring your that ugly dog also. Okay.
I'm not bringing my quota. I leave it at home. It is master. It is a ramsata. It is pissing on my face. It is bokwasi. Immature.
You brought the whole community with you, you rascal. I told you just come alone and work for me. You told me, my mom, I miss my mom, I bring my mom only. Suddenly I saw your sister coming, then your 17 children came, then your ugly father came with,
No, you
yeah, your
bastard.
father,
Who is
ugly
fuck
father.
bloody?
Your
Who is
father
fuck
is ugly
bloody?
father.
I bring
And
my
then
mood.
your
Who is fuck
grandfather
bloody?
came, your
Bastard
grandmom
bitch.
came, your
Who is fuck
your aunt
bloody?
came, your whole family came. I
I
cannot
bloody.
I cannot bear expenses of your whole family, okay?
No, you fuck
Go
bloody.
back to your country. Go back to
You
your country.
Ben
Yes.
should you
Generate
bastard.
revenue for
Ben
me,
should you.
otherwise you're gonna die hungry. Okay, I gonna not feed you. I gonna feed you, you know, dog bones, okay? You gonna not eat
No,
any
this
more
is not
food.
good enough,
Yes,
sir.
yes, you
You
will
is fuck
eat
bloody.
dog
You is
food.
Ben should bastard you.
You will sit with my dogs now. You will sit in dog house. Your
I'm
whole
not
family
sitting
will
with
sit in the dog
Dakota
house.
pissing my
Yes,
mouth like Michael
yes.
Knight snake, you bastard
Make
bitch.
money for me. You are my servant. Make money for me.
I'm trying my best, but you
Yes.
not let me get my family
Spam,
and my
spam
sacred
Mike
cow
the
over.
snake. Spam him. Immediately spam him.
Okay, sir,
Sell,
I
sell
I do
Amazon cards.
take care.
Look, we have super
Why you
chats.
laughing,
We have the
ABC?
super chat. I am
Sell stuff.
Danny.
Sell stuff.
I am Danny
Sell some.
supervisor. I can laugh. I can laughing.
Yeah. Go to
Look,
your
Archie,
7-Eleven.
Mr.
How much
Archie
is
super
in the
chat.
cash register?
We have the
Did you
super chats.
sell some Naswar?
No, what I did today, I got a few bank account details actually,
Okay.
and so I will try to do some more phishing scams, and
Yes.
then I will get. See, I aim high. I don't do crap credit
How
card
much
number
money you
giveaway.
generated today?
Well, I will try to get money out of account on the Monday, on the working day, actually.
Okay. One more week given to you. If you don't generate money for me, then you out also. Okay.
Correct. This correct, sir.
Yeah. You both out. You both
Please, I
now
don't want to
kiss
sleep
my
with the
feet
fishes.
now. Both
Please,
both of
please,
you
I
kiss
don't
my
want.
feet. And
Please,
this
I don't
ugly
want
guy
to
is
sleep.
now again activated his camera. Spam him.
Please, I don't want to sleep with the fishes. Please,
You
please,
sleep
please,
with the
boss.
dogs then.
Please, please, boss.
You,
I,
I
if
spit
I
on
sleep
you.
with fishes, you kill me.
I
I
spit on
can't
you.
swimming.
Lempo jar.
Yeah. And I changed your name. Your new name is Anderson Shepherd because the old name John Smith used too much now. Okay. So your new name is Anderson Shepherd.
TK, TK.
Yes. And this old guy right next to you, spam him. He look poor. He's a poor guy, but maybe you take out $5 from him. This Michael Snake.
Anji.
Okay,
Okay,
do it.
sir. TK.
Okay.
As Michael Snake, it says on your birth certificate here that you're not paying inland tax revenue. I could help you with this, sir.
I have good lead for you, John. There is Marcelo. He has platinum Daytona Rolex. You know,
We must get that off of him.
we can.
This is
Yeah.
correct.
You
Maybe
okay? I'm sorry, but I must leave now. I've got prior
No leaving,
arrangements.
Mike. There is no leaving here.
No,
You sit
well, I
here
know there's no
and
leaving here, but I've got to go. I've got to go
You
take care of my
know, you
mother.
can check
no,
out
no, no, no.
any time you like, but you can never leaving.
Yes, only
Exactly.
like
coming, not
Hotel
leaving.
California, bastard
Hotel
bitch.
Welcome
California,
to
sure.
the Hotels California, please. Such the lovely place, such the lovely place.
Teri,
Mary,
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 Teri,
Mary, Hotel.
Teri, Mary, Mary.
California, thank
Mary,
you,
Mary,
bastard.
Juliana.
That was
Mayuta.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank
Mayuta,
you, please.
Mayuta.
On that note, I will bid you all adieu. and I'll let you know
See you
how
later,
tonight goes.
Mikey. We love you.
Yeah.
Ching
Wish
out.
me luck.
Ching out.
Hopefully I'll get
Good
lucky.
luck.
We have super chat from
I
the
got
most
my
beautiful woman in the history of womankind.
I got my
On her own
ARCHIELUXURY
Hi, fella
time,
love.
$5.
what
Danny
beautiful
Love. Love
woman.
you,
Oh,
Danny.
yes. Hey, what a beautiful
Hi,
woman,
Kelly.
man.
Behave, ABC.
Oh, sorry,
Hi,
sorry.
Kelly.
All right. See you guys later. Have a great night.
See you later, Mikey.
See
Thanks for
you,
coming on, man.
Mikey. Give us account details before you go, please.
Take account details from her on her own time. Where is your more clothes on her own time? You one side missing.
Sorry.
Take account details from her.
She's very hard cookie to crumble, you know.
Excuse me. She's
Oh,
a
she
client.
beautiful, man. She beautiful,
Okay,
man.
control yourself, man. These
I'm
clients.
sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Do you know what? She's proper down to earth, Kelly. She can get
What
down
are you looking at, Mike?
I wish he said, Mike the Saint Court, because I would be the perfect gentleman. Sorry, guys. I thought I was out of here. Ching out.
Ching out. That's exactly it.
Archie, Kelly's good to have on stream. She can have a laugh. She can take
She's
it.
great.
She can have a laugh.
She's a lot of fun. Kelly's a lot of fun. We love
Yeah,
Kelly.
She's fit as well.
She's very fit. Very fit. How many watches are you down to, Danny? How many watches are you into at the moment?
I am a clue, mate. I don't keep them all with me. They're all over.
Okay, Saad, we were hoping to get do you do one photo with all your watches in it, Saad?
Yes, but I can do that, Archie, but I ask for payment for that.
Oh.
Archie, let's go to
Curly says you don't own any of
Archie,
these watches.
let's
You take
go to
them
David
all
SW's website, Archie. Let's
you
look
take
at
them
the
all from
new.
Christie catalog. Curly say you don't own any watches. You take all from Christie's Sotheby's catalog.
And Rolex is back there. Let's go and have a look. That's not a bad idea. How are you, man?
Oh, I'm back.
Lolis, what's wrong with the suit? I still don't understand. What was the problem with? Because I am a tailor myself, I can fix it.
Okay, here's the problem. See, I didn't bring my jacket with me when I went to Vegas, so I had to go up to Tim's room, and I got one of his big jackets. And Tim is big and fat, and I'm, small and slender, so it just didn't work.
He's
That was the
slender.
problem. I'm slender, in shape,
Yeah.
good looking. Tim is fat, looks like he's
Yeah.
on the verge of death.
So he got jealous.
He got jealous. That's what it is.
I got it.
Okay. Well, glad we cleared that up. So, what are we looking at, Archie? Looking at watches? David SW, what are we doing?
Let's look at David. Is Archie frozen or what? Or he's staring at me?
You know what Archie does? He takes a photo of himself and then he just holds it in front of his camera. And now he's walking around. He's walking outside.
Make some faces, Danny. Make some faces. Take out your tongue. Take out your tongue, Danny, and touch it with to your nose. Yes, like this. Yes.
Good Lord.
Can you do this, Rolex?
No. I don't want to. I don't want to show my new place. I'm not very proud of it, so I'm keeping the camera off for right now.
It's okay, man.
Rolex, that looks like a very expensive car you are in. I can tell from the headrest. What is it?
Thank you. That was a rental when my car was in the shop. It was the McCann. I had the red leather.
Oh,
very sweet.
Yeah, I can
very
see this.
The red leather.
Now you come back. I like.
Now
the
you
McCann.
come back, Archie. Now
Let
you
me
come
tell you
back.
something. I like the McCann. Yeah, I think it's a great daily car. Fantastic. Not too big, high off the ground. I liked it a lot. And I tell you, they have this color on it. Arch, they had a color on it. You would love it. It was like a gray with a tinge of green. Oh my God, you would have loved it.
Yeah. I tell you what, guys, let's go and have a look. It's actually, all this downsizing talk has got me thinking about a day. I think that could be the way to go. Let's bring it up and have a look, Rolex. What would we get
Bring it
for
up,
you?
Arch. Bring it up.
Look at these here. Some beautiful day dates.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go smooth bezel? What do you think of that? Smooth bezel.
Are those 36?
Yeah, 36.
Mhm.
Look at that.
See the price
And there's
difference,
a
Rolex. That is why I buy the 36. It's very cheap, you know.
Yeah,
Very cheap.
not bad. Yeah, not bad. These are so expensive at the AD too.
yeah.
They're so expensive over there.
Archie, do you ever
The
come
other
on
thing
stream and Archie, do you ever come on stream and see us lot and think, what the fuck have I let myself in for?
I love you guys.
It's
Would
alright, you
go,
don't have to be polite, be honest.
Nad, would you
Okay,
go double
yeah.
18238 or 18238? Do you think it's a big improvement?
Always 6-digit. Archie, there is a tremendous difference of improvement between the both. Tremendous
you know,
difference.
some of the early 118238s, they had the older bracelet still.
The bracelet was different. The clasp was old. The clasp used was old, but the bracelet was different. 6-digit had different bracelet. Totally different. It had
Yeah.
a solid end link bracelet.
All I know
See
is
that-
I would have to get the quick set. That's the only thing I would care about.
This Tridor is very cheap. Look at that.
It's a failure.
The Oyster Quartz was a failure.
And also a Trider, Archie, nobody wanted it. It looks weird.
I had one of them Oyster Quartz.
You have it?
Yeah, 2-tone one. Probably got a picture on my phone.
The 40 mil is so much more money. You know that? It's
Yes,
so
Archie,
much.
this is the problem. This is the problem.
I think that the day date too the proportions look a little bit.
Very wrong, Archie. The proportions are very wrong, and it uses the same movement of the 36 millimeter, so it has poor reserve power also. It's a bad purchase.
It's a bad purchase.
Yes,
Is there a bad purchase with Rolex?
of course there are. The Cellini is bad purchase. Milgauss is a bad purchase. 36 two-tone Explorer is a bad purchase. Rolex is not a perfect brand, Archie.
Purchase?
It's an ugly looking watch, Milgauss.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry, I take my words back.
It's ugly.
I'm sorry, Archie.
Milgauss is I don't think that Milgauss is ugly, but I do think it's thick for no reason. I would take the new Air King over the old Milgauss. Personally.
Has a nice look at it. This would be the one. The only problem is it's $45,000. Rose gold dollars, real dollars. Fuck. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're all a lot of money, Arch.
That's a lot of money. Fuck. And if you want to convert that to Aussie dollars, that is a fuckload of money.
And you know what, Archie? The white dial is very bad at reselling. Sorry. Nobody wants light color dials on day dates.
It's true.
Yeah.
What about the Roman numeral one? White dial.
It is. I mean, the color matters a lot on these watches. You have to be very careful on the dials, Danny.
No, I do know what you're saying. I mean, personally, on a day date, I like the champagne dial. With it being a gold watch, I think the
Me
gold
too.
dial goes a bit.
If I'm
Just
going
ties
gold,
up.
I want full gold. If I'm going
It
gold.
makes sense. There's other dials I do like from them, but as a standard thing, I'd have the champagne one.
Oh, Milgauss!
Is that an Air King there, Archie?
Oh, it's a beautiful Guilloche dial.
Oh, sorry, I misspoke. That's an Air King Master 2, man. Oh.
Archie, did you step away from from the computer?
No,
It's
no, no.
still
I
on
can
it.
see it.
Midget form.
Yeah, I got to tell you, these are beautiful, but gee, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Really, that's
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Archie. Yeah, and also rose gold is not a good purchase again. I personally don't like the rose gold. What do you think about the rose gold, Archie and Rolex and 30?
I don't.
I
I
I
don't.
like them.
What
Is that the
about
rose
the
gold right there?
white gold with the olive dial? That's a beautiful combination, don't you think?
Ooh. Yeah. That's a stunner. Archie, did you just press
Look at
buy
that
now?
white gold with olive.
Funny.
Archie, you
Archie
pressed buy now, Archie.
accidentally buys it. Oh my god.
It's in the cart, Archie. Just
Yeah, just
enter
buy it,
the
Archie.
credit
Come on.
card number, Archie. The last
Come
4
on.
digits.
You know, this isn't. I know we're kind of just killing time here, Arch, but this could be a good idea. Would you ever consider it completely consolidating and then just getting a day date? Think about that.
The problem is there's
But
so
they're
much money now.
expensive, Pat. I knew you were
It's
going to
not
say that.
safe.
I'm just knew that was going to come out of your mouth, Pat. What
Probably
happened to
gets
They
fucking
are
if
so
it,
expensive.
it's not worth it? What happened to that, Archie?
Danny, have you got a 36? When you had a day date, was it 36 or
Yeah,
40?
I've still got it. I've still got that diamond dot wool.
36, isn't it?
36. Yeah, I chose 36 over at 40 because I think as a dress watch, it looks better in 36. It'd have been perfect if it were 37.5 mil.
You know, Arch, I could see you with a 36 mil day date, like something modern. I could see you totally doing that. Would you ever consider it? Just a 36 mil day date. That's it. No other watch. Just that.
That's a good question.
Actually, you've got to look at it like this. These day dates, right? The 36 mil ones as well. You're getting a lot of watch for your money.
Yeah, you are.
You're picking a day date, full gold watch up for cheaper than a
If you
sports
were going to
model.
go for a 40, would you rather get a 40 or a solid gold sub?
40 mil day date.
Yeah, same.
40 mil day date. That it's a day date, Arch. It's the best of the best. You should, man. I could totally see you doing this, Arch. And if you were to completely consolidate your collection, you pretty much are there. You'd only have to come out of pocket a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if you really wanted to go crazy, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could pick up a day date from your AD in Australia. You buy that, they would sell you some other pieces for sure.
Yeah, I don't have any money to buy any other pieces then, do I?
Well, okay.
How many have you got, Arch, at minute watches? Is it 4?
4.
Get rid of that fucking JLC thing.
Yeah, the Reverso. Get rid of the Speedy.
Speedy was a
Explorer.
gift from friends after the burglary.
No,
I
that's
can't
true.
possibly sell that. That's poor taste.
It would be poor taste, but I'm sure they would support you getting a day date.
So
if
you
anyone
could
for a day date, for you.
You could swap your Explorer 2 and that JLC thing for a 36 mil.
That's true.
I can swap my what? Sorry, my Explorer 2.
And that JLC for a day date.
36 is the wrong size for Archie. 30. He's used to with big watches now.
He's had them before. It only takes a few days to get used to.
that was in the 90s when there was no 40 or 41 in existence, not even by Rolex. They never even dreamt of it.
Yeah, but since when has Arch been bothered about fashion, or it's always gone for underdogs?
Yeah.
It's true. Well, the real question here is, Arch, would you feel comfortable wearing a day date every day? Would you feel comfortable wearing that?
It's a comfortable watch, It is nothing special at all. It has nothing special to it. These watches. Why is it?
Yeah, I would do that, Arch, if I were you. Consolidate and get a day date. Be so cool.
See, the problem is then I start go full circle and think, well, hang on a minute. I got the bluesy. That's better than this anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you've got your bluesy, you've got then a day date, and then you've got your chrono and your Speedmaster.
I know what you're saying.
I mean, it's up to you what you do with it. Like, it's
Exactly. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But what
Actually,
Rolex is saying, day date matches your personality, Archie.
For sure.
This is what he is saying.
Yeah. If I
Yeah.
could see anybody wearing a day date, it would be Archie.
Yes.
Everyone else, it would just look goofy.
Especially
Goofy.
Except you, Sod. Except you, Sod.
Actually, you've got the sleaziness to go with it, mate.
Exactly.
you have class, Archie. Are many dildo Xenia suits.
Yes.
Exactly.
Arch, you're built for this day
Exactly.
date. Why aren't you doing this? This should have been the thing that you went after. Imagine that. Oh my God, white gold with a blue dial. Come on, Arch.
Yeah. What do you think?
Lovely.
I'm sure you could do some sort of deal with watch or what is this? Watch hour or whatever it's called. You could probably go in with your watches and they cut you some sort of a deal.
It is beautiful.
Just get another E-lock. What's up with you?
E-lock. It doesn't have the price. You notice that? No price.
Well, you would assume
There-
it's less than MSRP. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. They're very,
But then again, Art,
very...
going back to my original question, could you and would you wear a day date every day? Could you daily this piece?
Well, you would, wouldn't you? That's what. There's no
You
point
have-
buying it if you're not going to wear it every day, is there?
Oh, well, that's what I'm asking. So you would do it? Then do it. This is the one to get. This is the configuration for you, Arch. White gold blue dial for sure.
White, gold, blue dial. Let's have a look if we've got any available here from the grey. There we go. 41 blue, 24. That's nice. But would a steel sky dweller be acceptable?
You are done with steel, Archie. It's about
Yes.
time you go for the precious now. You're very precious yourself.
You're a precious cargo, Arch. You need to be treated as such. Okay?
And do you know what this
Yes.
conversation is going to roll back round to?
I might just get a fucking Tudor black bag burgundy.
You know what's good? Fucking, I can't do voices. He's gonna talk about the Breitling Super Ocean. You're like, come on, man. You're a day date guy, Arch.
Yeah, but Rolex, you gotta understand, these fucking things are expensive.
It's fucking expensive. It's fucking.
They are expensive, aren't they? They are
It's
very
like when you-
fucking...
It's like sometimes you're losing your breath when you're talking. It's like, fuck. It's fucking expensive. Fuck.
Yeah, that's 100%, but
That's I gotta say. Listen, yes, Arch. I love that non-ceramic. Sorry, Daytona. I just got a text message.
Yeah, the 116520 you're talking about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend has one of those.
Yeah, I have one also. Good watches.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Has a day date 23,000 Aussie. See, prices are a lot cheaper in Australia.
So what's that about 12.5 over here, isn't it? 12.513 in the UK.
There's a diamond dial one for 27. Would you walk on the wild side?
But again, Archie, this is 5-digit reference. Avoid at all costs, Archie. This is a primitive watch.
I've owned this model.
Yeah, you owned it in the 90s, so why I own it again now?
There's one I've got.
This is but not for Archie. This is a very lightweight watch.
I think I'd need the 40. What do you reckon? If I was going to do it, if I was going to do it, Rolex, I want to get the 40, okay?
Well, then that's what you got to do, Arch.
$50,000! And that's American. Dollars!
Dollars.
Dollars!
You can do it.
What do you think?
I'm telling you, consolidate the collection. Everybody's doing it. Sell off the lot. Just get a day date, Arch. Come on. Day date and a GLC Reverso.
Loose Tooth has sent me a super chat for $5. $5. Archie, thoughts on this day date at Wind Vintage site? My raid Dial 18238. It's too old. 5-digit. No good. No good. Sard said
good.
it's not. I've owned 18238s, right? I think I want the. I'll be honest with you. I think for me, if I was going to do it as a one and done, it'd have to be a 40 mil.
Mm-hmm. What configuration would you want though?
40 mil. I would actually. My favorite would be that yellow gold with the green. You know, the Rolex green dial, but that's impossible to get.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
the
the Archie
best one.
move. That's the
That's the
best one to
best
get. But
one.
Archie wants to get the most meat possible. Didn't you used to say you want to suck the marrow out of the bone?
Yeah,
You're looking for the best scale
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
So that's we're not doing that one. So which one are you doing?
You know, I honestly would like I like the white gold with the blue, but the thing is, I think Sard is right. If you're gonna get a day date, you know what you got to get?
What?
I got to get a 40 for me. Do you agree
Yeah.
with that, Sard? It's too small.
Yes, Archie, you're now used to with the big stuff, not the small. And you know these are very lightweight. The 5-digit reference, Archie. These are a nothing watch now. At least you need to have a watch which is 240 to 50 grams at least in weight. These are 140, 150 grams, Archie. You won't even feel it when wearing.
Yes,
These
you're
are
right.
center. These have hollow endings, just like Serti Danny's teeth.
Macho.
Your watch should be at least 240 grams, at least.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sard. Tell me this. You were looking at getting a 40 mil. You don't have a 40 mil, Sard, do you?
I used to have one in white gold with grey dial, Archie. Ugly watch.
You made
It
get rid
looked
of
like
it.
it looked like the date just. And you know, white gold has problems. White gold, not the new one, but the old one had problems. Uh, I don't like white gold at all, Archie. It looks like stainless steel.
But
I
it
like
feels
show offing. I like show offing. I like to show off. So
okay.
nobody wanted to. Nobody appreciated my watch. They thought that I'm a poor guy. You know. Oh, look at this poor guy wearing a steel watch. They used to laugh at me. People used to laugh at me. So I
I'm
had to
sorry. I'm
change
not
that.
laughing now. I'm just, well, I'm
So I had
laughing.
to change it for. Oh, we have Dog BBW with us. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Saad. Danny,
I'm
Rolex.
sorry, I
No.
forgot you have steel watches. I'm so sorry. I no disrespect to you.
You know, it's okay. I know. Yeah, I've heard it before,
We
and
know that you
I
have
am poor.
your
I
your.
am poor.
But the problem is your 4-digit Daytonas each cost more than $100,000. You know that's the problem.
Well, that might be a slight exaggeration, but they're valuable. Yes.
They're valuable. Yeah.
You've got some wicked stuff in your collection.
He has
Oh,
some serious watches, man.
yeah.
He's a proper collector now.
I'm actually wearing my pre-Daytona this weekend. I have to put it back in the box on Monday.
That's lovely, that. The one that you put a picture up of.
Yes, sir. The one I posted in WhatsApp.
That is lovely, that.
I appreciate. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's actually one of my favorites. It's the most subtle of all of them, since you were talking about subtle before. You know, because it doesn't have the black subdials. It's just everything is. It's like an albino, so everything is just nice silvery white dial. People just think it's a regular watch.
But it's nice to have some at that. Not many people have got those, well, in it.
Actually, that's true. It doesn't make sense because that only cost me, and I'll give you numbers. That only cost me $30,000.
Is that the 6265?
6238.
6238.
Pre-Daytona. The pre-Daytona.
Oh, okay.
The last pre-Daytona, because actually the 6234 is considered a pre-Daytona, and it seems like all the chronographs before the Daytona are sometimes called a pre-Daytona, but that's the one that was immediately before the 6239, which was the first Daytona.
So, Doc, when it comes to the Speedmaster, do you believe in pre-moon watch and still pre-moon watch?
Well, I mean, it is interesting that they got a lot of advertising off of this whole notion that the Speedmaster Professional was actually on the moon. And people who believe that, they can believe it if they want. They can believe what they want to believe. But it was in space, though. I mean, it was certainly in low Earth orbit. So there is that.
So do you still class it as a pre-moon watch?
Oh, well, you know, it's like the Ed White, you mean?
I mean, all of them, because you don't believe people went to the moon, do you?
Well,
so it's still a pre-moon watch, do you, isn't it?
They are technically all pre-moon watches. You are correct, sir. You have been watching the videos. You've been doing your homework. You're right. They're all predate. They're all pre-moon. But the one that I like the most is the Ed White. I need to get either a vintage Ed White or the reissue Ed White, but that's actually the one I'm looking at.
Doc, what is your definition for meaning? What's the meaning of life in your view? I've never asked you this question.
It's interesting. No, you haven't asked me. I've kind of thought about it as you and asked the question of people, but I've never thought about it myself.
Yeah.
I think we are here such a short time that the meaning of life is maximum enjoyment. Now, I'm not saying to be, you know, hedonistic and debauchery and all that. I'm, you know, everybody has to define it in the way they see fit. But we were talking about, should we get 5% of our
watches
of our value
net
of our personal net worth in watches? Should it be 3%? Should it be 1%? And I say it should be what you're comfortable with to
This
enjoy.
is what Archie said also. Yeah.
Because look at it. You can have all those stocks and bonds, and unless you just want to go rolling in paperwork and, you know, spreading around yourself with paperwork, you're not going to enjoy it as much as things like watches. I mean, when I go to the safe deposit box and I have to, which is what I did on Friday, and I have to go through all the watches to find the pre-Daytona that I wanted to wear this weekend, I felt like I was on top of the world. You know,
what I have noticed in you, Doc, is that you are one of those few people who really enjoy his watches.
I do definitely enjoy. I think that there are others who enjoy. I try to make a point of posting the pictures, because it actually, if I post a picture of the watch before I start my day, before I get out of the house or do whatever I'm going to do, or if it's at the end of the day after I've been running around, I actually enjoy the watch more because I'm actually focused on taking a picture of it, and all I have is an iPhone, so I actually have to work at it to make the damn thing. You know, it's an old iPhone too, so to get the iPhone picture, 3. I have to work at it. It's an iPhone 3G. Yeah, it's a 3. Yeah, it's a 3. It's a 3.
Does it still charge up?
Because that's the meaning of life, is an iPhone 3.
Pre-Apple phone.
But I mean,
does it still turn on?
It turns on, but it takes about a minute. Like when you hit the button, you gotta. I walk away from it, let it do whatever it has to do, and then I come back to it if finally it's on. You know, don't let the battery go out, because then it'll take 5 minutes just to charge up enough to turn on.
And you still use that big port charges, you know, yeah, said you remember that, you know.
It looks like a fucking brush end, doesn't it?
I have to take a picture of my phone. I borrowed someone's phone to take a picture of my phone, and I should post it in the group, because people would get a kick out of it. But I like the phone because it's small and it fits in every pocket. Like the newer phones, there's only a certain pocket it'll go in, and the rest of the pockets are too small.
Why don't you make a bigger pocket?
I'll get an iPhone 5C.
Oh. Well, you know, not all of us have the resources that the general has. So I'm stuck with my clothes having pockets the way they came from the factory, and I don't have a tailor. Luckily, the clothes just kind of fit off the rack, but if they didn't, it would just be too bad because I don't have a tailor.
Doc, do you know on the bottom of your phone, has it got two cracks where you put the, do you know where you put the charger in? Usually they used to always crack on plastic.
My phone actually has small cracks on it anyway, so people sometimes ask me what's going on with my phone, but it's theft proof, because when people see it, if a thief takes it, they'll probably return it. Like,
If a thief's seen you, they'll probably give you a new phone.
They might even exchange it for me.
They feel
That's
sorry
true.
for you.
They might even exchange it for me. So, you know. Is Archie live or frozen?
I'm here live, Doc.
Oh, okay. I just
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
my
here,
I think it's my connection then. It's weird. You're not moving at all,
Doc,
but it's probably my connection.
talking
I'm
day
coming
date.
from the moon stage though, so you know it's
Doc,
tough.
would you ever get a 4-digit day date for your collection?
I have considered that.
Oh, very good question, Archie.
I have considered that because my Daytonas are only 37. So I'm thinking, what's the harm in getting a day date and it's 36 and it has these wonderful dials that
you want a plastic one, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. Plus, I have so many dial options when it's vintage. It's incredible.
Oh, they're a bastard to set though. Then
I'd never set it. I don't care about setting it. Actually, what I'd like the most is the Arabic. What is it called, Saad? It's the Arabic, not the numerals Arabic, but I mean the Arabic.
Oh yes, Arabic discs. Yes.
And that's what those are really expensive. Those are so cool. And if I had one, I wouldn't even bother setting it because I wouldn't know what it's saying.
Oh yeah, 100%. You never would understand.
Rolex, are you still there?
Yes, he is.
I just wondered if he'd ever tried one of those with the Arabic disc.
Because you've got some interesting vintage. A day date could go really nicely in that collection.
Well, and that's right. The closest I have to a day date is a Thunderbird, which is not a day date at all, of course, but it's the same size.
Turnograph. The nice and turnographs, aren't there? You don't see many of them about either.
This one was one of the first watches I bought when I was first like dipping my foot in, when I first started watching Archie Luxury, and I got lucky because I saw it on eBay, which isn't the best place to buy these things, but the one that I got's okay, you know.
They're sort of an hybrid between a sub and a date, just that's what the look we're going for.
It's got the bezel that's got a little bit of that sub flair to it because it's got the numeral on it and stuff. So it's a little bit different. It's mostly just a date, though, really.
Archie, why didn't the Turnograph didn't do well in the market?
Well, they didn't bring it out as a 40 mil for starters.
Right.
Like they seem to have. I think the Turnograph was a great idea. You know, the interesting thing is, years ago they had the Milgauss that had the sub bezel on it.
That was fucking lovely. That.
I think part of it also is that there is such a thing as being too thin. So, and I get it. It's kind of like a dress watch. It's really just a date but it's a little too thin. It should have been a little thicker like the Daytonas. If it was as thick as a Daytona, I think it would have been a bigger hit.
Yeah, it's
because it's not meant to be a dress watch. I mean, yeah, maybe technically, but it's really more sport, or it's intended to be more sport.
Yes.
I mean, think about those Thunderbird pilots wearing it. It looks like a dress watch, though, from a distance, you know. But it's a little beefier.
Sorry.
I'm just going to bring up a photo here. Loose Tooth. I've actually found that watch. Loose Tooth was saying.
Yes, the dial he's talking about, Archie, is actually very, very special.
See, I don't actually even like it. Let's have
And
a look.
nobody likes it, but it's very special, Archie. I mean, the price they are offering it on is this is a steal. This is a steal by the condition of the watch is excellent. Look at the lug. The lugs are unpolished. This watch is a great buy.
Is it one of those things where it's people don't like it, so it's pretty rare? They didn't make many.
No, no, this is a very extraordinarily important dial, Doc. They produced this in two colors. One was this gray and other was green. Both are very important dials. I don't know why is it priced so well. You see, this is a mint condition, almost NOS kind of a watch.
And factory diamond, I'm assuming.
100%
Oh,
factory.
that's the
Everything
dial.
about
Dial
it.
is, yeah.
Yeah. See, there's a sticker behind it also. Everything is matching. The hands are matching with the indices. Everything is in order.
Here we go. We got a super chat here. Neo, $10. Not trying to be a downer. We will all die one day. But Archie, after you pass, would you give the Archieverse a taxidermy version of yourself so we can do the live stream without any interruptions? Of course, Neo.
And
Oh, it's got it covered. It's got Jake the Uppie on the
not to get morbid,
on the
but
payroll.
rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett.
Yes, to all the parrot heads out there, rest in peace. Were you a Jimmy Buffett fan?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, it was a little before my time, I guess. I don't know. I really didn't get into it. But I know a lot of people are really into it, that's for sure.
And we got
Super
Mr. GMG, Mr. Sexy, $5. Happy Father's Day, Arch. Hope you're having an awesome getaway. My sexy brother. Sexy brother.
Super chat, fuckface.
Doc, the problem with these concentric dials,
I'll be back.
these circular looking dials, when you have too many circles in the dials, the huge problem is the optical illusion. It makes the watch look smaller. So that is one point where some people they don't like these dials where you have too many circles, concentric dials, which we call it.
That's an interesting point. Obviously, with the Daytonas, the 4-digit Daytonas especially, you had the option of a steel bezel and a Bakelite plastic bezel. So if you had a steel bezel on it, it's exactly what you're saying. It would end up appearing smaller because of just that. But if you put the Bakelite bezel on it, on a Panda, you've got the black, then you've got the white dial, then you've got the black subdials. It actually looks bigger because of that nicer, larger bezel,
Yes.
Imagine, I think Guts to try take a Bakelite bezel off though, without cracking it or breaking it.
I'm lucky that only one of mine has a crack. Of the Daytonas I have, only one of them has a crack in it, the bezel. But that's fine. Love it.
Yeah, all
even with the
character, doesn't it?
Tell us about the gold Daytona that you have, which we rarely see.
I almost pulled that one out for the weekend when I went to the bank, and then when I saw the pre-Daytona, I said, no, I'm going to take that one. The gold one was just a luck thing. A dealer that I use, I'd asked him, hey, if you get any vintage Daytonas, please let me know. And I had no intentions of getting a gold one. This gold one isn't perfect. So, and eventually I'll take a picture of it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. The dial's not perfect. To me, it's perfect. It's perfectly good, but it's been reloomed, which they did a lot back in the day because who cared? Because it was just a crappy old, 4-digit Daytona. No one cared about them. So if the loom started fading or some of the plots started falling off, which was very common, some people would just say, can you reloom it? And they'd get it reloomed. This one doesn't even, I don't think Rolex did any of the relooming, but Saad, you probably would know that better than me. And so
Apart from relooming, any other issue?
it looks like the subdial hands were replaced because they look nice and bright. And my watchsmith said that in his opinion they had been replaced with service hands, the subdials. And so if you look at the watch carefully, you see that. So it makes it something I can afford to wear, because if it was perfect, I wouldn't. It would be well over $100,000, and I wouldn't have been able to even afford buying it.
So, in other words, there is no issue with the watch.
I mean, it's no issue for me. It's an issue with collectors and people who are
anything which is a service.
It doesn't have a. It's not a service dial. It's not a service dial. It's the original dial with.
No, I'm talking about the service hands. You said, right? Service hands.
It's got service hands on it. Yeah.
That's hands. No issue at all.
Not to me. Not to me.
Not to anybody. Not to anybody. Eventually, you have to put that some. I personally like a watch which looks in mint condition than a watch which is in crappy condition, all original.
So you're a fan of, like, even when people talk about cars sometimes, you're more of a fan of looking factory as it came out of the factory than original unrestored, but it kind of looks like crap.
Yeah, providing that the restoration is done by the factory. So if you're saying that it is service hands, which means it is out of the factory, it is not aftermarket, so it is all well.
Oh no, yeah, no. The watchsmith, and certainly looking at it as well, but the watchsmith says that it appears to have been service hands placed.
I actually used to love. Yeah.
They probably debated about also putting in a service dial, and he said they didn't have as many gold service dials as they did the stainless service dials. So he thinks that's the reason they just, somebody just reloomed it, and he doesn't know if Rolex did it or someone else did it.
Back in the day, they used to stamp S on the clasp when they used to have service clasp or any component with which used to be service. So that is now a collector's item. People proudly mention that this is a service piece from Rolex.
Fascinating that you say that, because as you know, Archie, or maybe you don't know, but Archie sourced for me a service dial for my Panda Daytona, one of them I had that had some damage on the original dial. He sourced me a service dial. The watchsmith said, "These are so rare. This is fantastic condition. It looks like it came right from Rolex yesterday." He was so excited on this. He's like, "Where'd you get this?" And then I said, "I got it from Australia, from someone I know there who sourced it." He's like, "Wow, it must have been sitting in a drawer from the 70s.
Yeah. It was a pretty amazing find. That, what do you think?
Oh, it's the reason every time I see you, Archie, I'm excited. When you're in Vegas, it's like, "Are you hungry, Archie? Let's go get a meal, Archie."
Yeah.
No, I mean that's I mean, I don't intend to sell any of this unless I get into some serious financial hardships, but I hope that doesn't happen. But I'd have a hard time selling that one, partly because Watchsmith says it's rare, and partly because you sourced it. So this is my Archie luxury service style. For me, it's a great story to have an Archie luxury sourced service dial in this Daytona. And that Daytona actually it was a head only. It was a kind of a cheapy purchase. I got it for just a little bit over $20,000 because it had the damage, and it didn't have the bracelet, and it was off of the VRF, the Vintage Rolex forums. And
yes,
it's one of my favorites because I can wear it and not worry about it as much.
That's exactly it.
But what I was saying before, and I didn't really get the whole out, is that you know, we're only here for a short time, and if we can take some of our wealth and spend it on these little things, some people it's cars, we're lucky enough it's watches. We buy these watches, and it makes us happy when otherwise we've had a shitty day. Hey, I don't think you can put a price tag on that. I think that it's the thing to do. If it happens to be 10% and you're buying watches that are going to retain their value, then what the hell? So what? It's 10%. It's you know, it's not like you're buying a bunch of watches that are going to depreciate by 50% in the next few years. I wouldn't
Doc,
advise that at all.
Doc, are those dials made by single?
Big Tony,
Sorry.
Big Tony, $2. Archie, are you going to Gonzo stream tonight on the piss? Not really.
So, Doc, are those dials made by Singer or Bayweller?
As far as I know, they're all Singer dials, Saad, and you are again right on target. Singer dials, yeah. In fact, I've got a shitter chronograph. It's the dial name on it is Pierre Vaillet, but it's just one of those Croton type vintage chronographs. But it has an original Singer prototype dial that was rejected by Rolex and then went to this company. And that's what they did back in the day. Singer made these dials. They're not going to throw them away. You know, if Rolex didn't want the prototype, then they went to another company and said, "Do you want it?" And eventually, they took it. And I got that watch.
Doc, I've dropped a link in chat for an iPhone 5C, not one for sale, but it says what specifications. So look at that.
Wouldn't you know it? My the chat on my iPhone isn't working.
I'm surprised you're working, mate. It's like on ISO 1 or something, isn't it?
I think I'm iOS 10.
It's fucking older than your fucking pre-Daytona.
iOS 10. Actually, the reason that I wasn't on WhatsApp for a while, I was off of WhatsApp for about a year.
I know you went missing, didn't you?
It's because this is a replacement phone that I have now, but the previous phone had an older operating system, and then WhatsApp was no longer allowing that on its. So I couldn't use WhatsApp, and I wasn't going to change my operating system. I like the old ones.
Get 5C, mate. It's same sort of size, probably a bit smaller.
5C is also a vintage phone. What kind of recommendation is that, Danny?
What's
5C
that, mate?
5C
no, I'm thinking he was saying he can't fit it in his pocket. So
you should at least tell him to get a 13 mini or what is it called? The small size.
Spent that much on money because he's not interested.
I think the 13 mini is still bigger than my SE.
No,
okay. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but you won't be interested in spending that sort of money on a phone, will you?
Oh, that's another thing. My phone cost $100. How much does yours cost?
Can you got ripped off $100? I'll be honest. Archie, how much do you spend on cell phones, Archie? Do you spend a lot on them? Do you like cell phones?
Oh, I've got a Google phone.
So no interest, that means.
Is that like a?
Yeah, I think you're right there, Sad.
Is a Google phone a kind of an Apple phone?
No, it's Android.
It's its nemesis, isn't it?
Oh wow!
Bill Gates' first fucking other cunt that died, Steve Jobs.
Oh, that's the one where they just give all your information up when the FBI comes knocking. They just say, "Sure, here you go."
He's fucking getting arrested if they check porn on his phone.
I need a little bit more security in case they come after me and start asking, "Why are you talking about this whole moon stage stuff?" So
yeah. But look, on WhatsApp's not encrypted, is it?
You know, I don't know. I have to check. Was I supposed to encrypt it? Was I supposed to do?
No,
that?
it's thingy anyway. In fact, on WhatsApp.
Actually, I've heard that WhatsApp is the best way to text and communicate with people if you're, involved with crime. They have a hard time getting the information, is my understanding.
Yeah, that's right.
Doc, actually, anything which is online is easily intercepted. Nothing difficult in that.
Oh, maybe by the general, yes.
Doc, do you ever go on deep web to find your information about these stuff?
On the internet all the time.
Yeah, on deep web or dark web. You ever go on that?
I don't want to comment too much on my dark web activities until we're off the air.
All right, I'll send you a link for Tor. On there. That's where Sad buys all these women from and gets a deal on them.
I bought you from there also. You forgot it.
I know. I bought them better than that now. I've made it. I don't have to sell myself in that web anymore, Sad.
The dark web. Yes, that's the way to go. I got to tell you something.
That's not the way to go, Archie.
It's probably
Sad. What stops you getting I'm very disappointed in you, the way you spoke of your white gold day 40 you had. I'm very disappointed because I love white gold, and you've kind of said, oh, it's flawed, it's this. You sort of come across as the guy who's never happy. Why don't you get
You don't like the Chutta gold, do you? Sad, why don't you like the Gouda gold?
Yes, Archie, you were saying?
Are you ever happy, Saad? That's
No.
a good question.
No.
Almost.
Now I want the green dial 40 millimeter, which Archie like, and after that I want the platinum day date. It's an never-ending story. Then I also want the John Mayer green Daytona. I also like the 4-digit Daytonas. I always wanted the 6263. I also wanted the John Player. What was it? The John Player.
John Player special one.
Yeah, John Player special one. So Archie, I have so many watches in my list. It will take you 5 hours even just mentioning that. So that's the issue I have. I want the Rainbow Daytonas. I want the SARU, the Sapphire Ruby GMTs. Few Submariners. I want the Lapis Submariner. I want the Onyx Submariner. I want 70-80 day dates. All the mineral dials. That's the problem, and then I'll be happy.
Them thingies though, they've dropped, haven't they? Them John Mayers. My pal picked one up over there for 52 grand.
Of course, the problem is those were artificial inflation. Those could never and you know what? The watches are no more investment now. So even if you buy it for 40,000, anything over retail is a risk.
I've never bought a watch as an investment. If I'm honest, you buy it.
It had become investment. So we live in reality. People had made tremendous amount of money. So if you say it is not an investment, you're living in some other world. People have made tremendous amount of money. The day date green dial Archie is talking about. There is just $25,000 premium on that just green dial. $25,000 premium on just green color. There are no diamonds on that dial.
Yeah, I've never been one for buying them for investments. Though I've just bought them because I like them to use.
I know. Many people don't, but of course, a lot of people have also, tried to make money on them.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just invest. I just invest.
Same with cars. People have made a lot of money on cars also. So if anything, which is a luxury or it's a liability, if you can make money out of it, then it turns into an asset. Watches were a liability, but once you started making money out of it, it became an asset. Now, a
I
day date is not an asset. Day date is a liability because you lose money. A Daytona is an asset. Both are Rolex watches, but
yeah,
there is a difference between them.
I invest in Amazon vouchers and iTunes vouchers.
I invested in you. I sent you to US. I did all the immigration, and you should make money for me. Okay?
West, but you're not sending me green card, bastard.
Green card will take some time.
Visa running out in
At
2
least
now.
make some money for me. $100 a month. At least
Okay,
make
yes.
$100 for a month. Okay?
G G
Spam
G. I will
somebody.
take the.
Lolex. Spam Lolex. Lolex. We need
I think
4-digit
he's
credit.
falling asleep.
Where did dog go? He's not.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry about that.
Fucking phone's up there.
I know.
yes.
Sorry. I was on a call. What's up? What are we talking about? We're making fun of me?
No, we are not making fun of you, but Danny wants to talk to you. He wants some information.
Okay, Danny. What information do you need? What's good
Okay,
hair
sir.
dye? What's good beard dye? What is it?
No, none of this, sir. I've just been updating your account and I see this payment is overdue. So could you please send me payment and last 3 digit of your credit card?
Okay. Wait a minute.
Okay, says if you go on your computer now and you type in TeamViewer, go on TeamViewer and share your screen with me, please, sir.
Okay, wait, can you answer some questions for me? What were my last 3 purchases on this card, Danny?
Okay, the last 3 digit is size triple XL suit for medium built man and some oil for Porsche and
Okay.
what else? And to pay the service cost for the dents on the Wimbledon dial, sir.
Ooh, okay. And that does sound like me. So okay. That
Is
is
this
fair.
correct?
What is Archie doing? Is he packing up right now? Is he gonna make a run
is
for it?
What is
I'm just going to
actually
go for a walk soon. Keep talking. I'm listening
Yes,
to you
yes.
guys.
found the deal
So-
on Google for one at Tybirds?
Continue, Dan. Continue. It's working. It's working. Continue, Dan.
Yes, sir. So
I never played drums, but one of
He's going to give me brain hemorrhage, man.
I just heard him because I was like, I was like the roadie. I never fucking played.
Pantera.
Oh, banter. Hey, is that Archie in the bottom corner?
I can only do one impression, and it's Mike the Snake. Do you want to hear me do Tim?
Yes, yes. Do it.
I'm
Do it. Do
Tim
it.
Wright. I'm Tim Wright. I'll dye my hair. That's the only impression I can do.
Oh, Archie, that's not the real Mike, the snake, that guy.
Look what I can do. That's pretty much it.
Hey guys, this is getting kind of it's getting kind of old now. It's really pissing me off.
So wait a minute. Since I've stepped away, has Archie been convinced yet to buy a Date 840? What's going on?
I think he's really near to it. He was continuously asking me questions about the 40, that why did you sell it, and related questions. So I think he's very near. We need to try further, convince him even further, and I think maybe in a week's time you will hear some news about him selling his watches and buying a day date.
Come on, Archie, do it.
Hey Archie, he's gonna get the DVD with the white dial on it.
Archie, now the thing is, we need to select the metal for you: white gold, platinum, rose gold, or yellow gold.
As he
he's
steps
gone
away.
his fucking. He's gone his found the Viva Street where he is in Hong Kong. He's found best deal ever.
Now the most discreet metal is white gold. If you are a shy guy, of course, white gold, and it's also the cheapest. The problem with white gold is it has the worst resale value. once you buy it, nobody wants it
Well, of
from you.
course, no one
So
wants it.
Oh,
It has the
hey, Archie,
softness of
those
gold and it looks like
Yeezys.
steel.
100%, Doc,
Archie.
100%. So why would somebody wants to spend so much money on a watch which looks like a steel? It just
How much?
uh,
I
Is
have a
a
question more about
okay.
what's most important to this channel, which is Saad's happiness. And
Mm.
wouldn't
my
you agree?
happiness.
Wouldn't you
Yes,
agree, Saad, that for the moment when you thought you were talking to Mike the Snake, you felt
yes.
happier? You felt happier.
Really, I really, uh, that guy, I really like him. Mike the Snake. I
we all
two
like.
one Archie makes me really happy when I see him. He makes me happy. Doc, you make me happy. Certi Danny, Rolex, of course. But
Mm.
there is something in Mike which makes the whole week happy for me.
I think when you're able to banter with Mike back and forth, some moments you actually enter a zen,
Yes, yes. It
which
it
is
is an
it's
I,
enjoyable to watch.
I
I feel a zen just when I see you guys interacting like that. The more
yeah, it is very
frustrated Mike
natural.
is with you, the more there's that zen.
But I try to be very controlled in front of Archie, so he doesn't get angry on me. So because things needs to be very under control.
Oh yeah,
The
you have to keep
environment.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
you have to maintain that etiquette, of course.
yes, of course. So
I know this is a little off topic, but we're talking about this idea of Archie consolidating and getting a big piece. Archie, you did mention the Sky Dweller before. There's a lot of
I knew it was
functions
a
to it.
watch. I knew it was a watch question.
It was okay.
Yes.
Hear me out. What if Archie consolidated to the point where he just had maybe 3 pieces, right? You
Yes,
get
sir.
you get the bluesy because I like you with the bluesy. I think you should keep the bluesy. A Sky Dweller, oyster bracelet, blue dial, and then your JJ Lacoute. 3 pieces.
Sky Dweller, JJ Lacoute, and what else?
Bluesy.
You're bluesy.
Oh.
Gotta admit, that's pretty nice there, Rolex. Gotta
That's a
admit.
nice, and you liked your Sky Dweller. You don't have to get a white dial again. You get a blue dial.
Gotta admit, that's pretty nice.
I think it's too expensive. The Sky Dweller, too expensive.
How much are they again, Saad?
It's in late 20s.
Is that true, Arch?
Really?
They're
I
around
thought
like
they had come
Yeah.
down a little.
yeah, I
Too
thought so.
expensive. Why spend so much money on a steel watch, Rolex?
Because of
Why
the
does it have a
functions.
$10,000 premium, I wonder?
Yeah, hold on. Let me take a look. Because I feel like this is the type of thing, Arch, that you could potentially score at an AD. You know?
I thought they had come down to more like 20.
Let me take a look.
Am I just losing my mind that it's still, you got to pay top dollar
At
to
one
get one?
stage, it was at almost 35,000, Doc.
Oh, I know. It's insane. That's for the steel one. It's insane.
Yes.
But I thought that they had corrected a bit.
No, now it's really down. It's late 20s, something
Okay,
like that.
I think maybe I could be wrong here, but a black dial basic stainless steel Sky Dweller is 15.6 in the US.
What?
15.6.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to it, man?
That sounds like the AD
That
price.
sounds about right. That.
That's what it cost. Archie, would you ever do that?
Oh, he's saying if you go to the AD and get it, you can get it for that.
Yeah, and I think a Sky Dweller is somewhat attainable in this market.
What we're doing over here? I'm sure they're doing about 13.5 over here.
I think you
problem
could
is,
potentially score one, Arch. I think someone
got
could
the-
help you with that in the community.
I think the only issue is somebody else would have to go to the AD and kiss their ass. That's the problem.
I'm sure Archie has a connection to get one because, I think in this market, a Sky Dweller is obtainable. Just my opinion. Could be wrong.
But you know what? I never saw Archie being too happy with that watch,
Were you, Arch?
No, he was really happy with it.
I never saw him too excited with that watch.
Oh, he
We're
loved
talking
that
about you,
watch,
Arch. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right there. That's actually
you know what? That's not as far-fetched as it sounds there. It's
What color would
really
you get? What dial would you get?
The green dial.
Oh, the green. I like the
Come
green.
on. Come
the
on.
blue's
We gotta
cool,
be
but
real.
I like the black as well. The black is cool. Something
I think a
different.
black is doable. I think a black is doable in this market.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Speaking of black, I gotta shoot off in a minute to start looking around Hong Kong and getting some footage.
Does that make sense?
What does that
Make as
mean?
much footage as possible,
What does that
Archie, so you can
mean?
upload it.
Speaking of black, I got a jet
What
out
does
of
that
here.
mean? What does that mean?
You could have said sky dweller. Speaking of the
No,
sky,
but
I
he
got to
said
jet
speaking.
off.
I understand that. Speaking of sky, I got to get outside, and you know, I understand that.
It
But
makes no sense, does it?
Yeah,
speaking of black, I
gotta
gotta
book
leave.
You know what my dad
Yeah,
says?
guys, I gotta get some footage here because I haven't really. We had the cyclone. I didn't really get much footage being stuck here, so I've got to.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm flying out, so I got to get some footage today.
Oh no, Archie, make
my
at
God.
least 20 GB of footage, Archie. We need it.
Time
Curly, if you're
flies.
listening, fire up
I'll
the
get some
dungeon.
So
I'll pop on.
soon.
Okay, guys, I
Oh
love you
yeah,
guys.
come on the dungeon, Rolex. We'll talk
Yeah.
moon, man. We'll talk moon.
We'll talk
You
the
left
moon
with-
and
Keep
all
it-
these
keep
conspiracies.
it
You left
keep it
last
going,
night before we-
go, guys.
Curly,
Oh, what was
fire
that,
it.
Archie?
Let's get going.
What was that, Archie?
We don't
Keep
have
it-
the
keep it-
keys here, Archie.
Yeah, we
Get
have
that
to keep
sky
it
dweller out.
early.
Okay.
It's not expensive.
Okay,
Are you going to
guys. I
thank
just-
everybody? You're going to thank
Take
everybody?
care,
Yeah,
Archie.
I will do that. Let's go. Let's do that because that's always fun. You know, I always like to
It is
say
fun.
thank you. Adam, thank you so much. Basil's Beezels, Will Money, Soyego. I like that avatar Soyego there. NATO, NY Strike Back, Mac Lovin, Malik Diamond. Look at this. What a fantastic super chat. Thank you, Malik.
Legend
Malik
of the
Diamond
night.
again. He's been a member for 29 months. That is loyalty. NY Strike Back, Doc BTW, Ron the Actuary, NY Strike Back, Malik Diamond, John Swatch. We got ABC. Remember ABC? He was great. NY Strike Back, Golden Buddha. It's actually bold, Golden Baba. John Swatch, Dirk Diggler, Neo, John C. On Her Own Time, Loose Tooth, Neo, Mr. GMT, Big Tony. What a great stream. Thank you so much, guys. And I will be back tomorrow. Love you all. See you later, guys.
Hi, everyone.
See you
Take
later.
care, Archie.
Don't forget to thumb up, folks.